And we're back.
I'm cutting that out.
Yeah, hey everyone, it's Cinema Speak. That's the new name for our little segment here of film discussion. So this is our end of the year special where we count down our top 10s of 2019 and our honorable mentions and dishonorable mentions. We got a special guest here today. First off, let's go through the original casting. We got me, Victor.
I got Nick here.
I'm still Ryan.
And we have...
I've miraculously turned into Chace.
That's wild.
Whoa.
I've ascended
Okay.
to a higher being known as me.
Super Saiyan 3?
Namaste.
No.
So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I mean, you guys know who I am, but
Nope.
my name's Chace T. Biddle. That's what I go by in the whole credits and stuff. I do camera work, and I edit. I do visual effects on the side. I have more credibility as a visual effects artist, technically, but I prefer doing any sort of video work like with camera. And then, like I said, I do edit as well. I like editing.
Chase is the movie man.
Yeah, I try to be.
Welcome to the show, Chace.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad we were able to work everything out, even with all the roads all fucked up.
Yeah, we got a lot of
it's
snow here in
we
Washington.
got snow going on our streets right now. It's a bit crazy out there.
It's really it really hindered my day to day. I played Rocket League all day.
There you go. That's good. That's
all
good
day,
enough.
all
Sounds
day.
like a hindrance.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was such a fucking horrible
Dang,
day.
bro,
that sucks.
I know, my brand new computer. Oh god, I had to stay inside. Exactly.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's get
real.
to business.
So we're gonna go off with our honorable mentions, or do we want to do any of our worst films of the year? Do we have any films that
I
are
have
just like
none of
F
those.
that?
Definitely, I think I probably have the
There's
worst
some
film
stuff
of the
I
year.
can name, yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry,
Dude, you're gonna get demonetized.
dude. I know. I'm
Every
trying to
episode
close
we get
it.
demonetized.
Like it was monetized.
I'm trying to
The last
close
one
it.
of
There
the
we go.
conversations.
Everything is.
So maybe let's do our worst films.
I would like to
Just
go
for fun.
last.
You
if
like
that's
to go
okay.
last?
If that's okay, I need to.
I don't have any, so
You didn't see any bad films?
I'll put
Shut the fuck up. You saw bad
That's a
films.
lie.
I'll put one of the Star Wars ones. I never saw them, but I'll put one of those.
That's probably
fair enough.
fair enough.
because
That's fair
50% of the crowd's gonna agree with me, right?
That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
No.
All right, Star Wars was the worst movie I saw 2019.
You didn't even see.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you're up.
Thumbs down to you. Okay.
Thumbs down to you, sir.
All right. We got leading the charge, escape room, the worst parts of Saw without the torture and blood.
I never saw that. Never saw
Terrible.
that.
So
I don't.
terrible.
I'm not a big horror fan, but from what
It's not even like horror. It's kind of thrills. I mean, creative
I
concept, but so piss poorly done.
that's a
Doom
shame.
Annihilation. I did have one. I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot.
There was a Doom movie that came out this year.
Yeah, a
Netflix.
second-
So what I'm gonna do
What?
on the screen is I'm gonna put what we're saying onto the page, onto the picture.
Yeah.
So when you name off your films, I'm gonna put Nick's films and I'm gonna put Ryan's.
I
films.
love
Jason.
that.
My favorite film of the year
Hold
was Big Booty
No
Bitches.
less.
Oh, I love that one.
Big Booty Bitches 3: The Return of My Ass.
No, the sequels were bad.
I guess he's right. Okay.
Continuing on, the next up is the Pet Cemetery remake.
Oh yeah.
So
wasn't good.
boring.
That's appropriate.
I wanted to take a nap at 4:00 in the afternoon. That's
Yeah.
not my style.
Nope.
Next up, we have Monster Island, the most boring giant monster movie in the history of cinema. I swear to God, you spend more time looking at people's dim-witted reactions, and you get maybe 2 minutes of screen time for the monsters, and then even then they look terrible. Capsized, Blood in the Water, a Shark Week produced narrative feature film. Boring. Just, again, boring. This is a year of boring. I couldn't stand it, even as I tried to finish it.
It's really boring.
Doom Annihilation. Even
Yes,
worse.
sir.
Even worse than the Rock's movie.
Amen.
Despite more gamey type stuff.
I mean, but it's better because The Rock is in it, though.
Yeah.
Like, if The Rock wasn't in it, would it be as good?
Exactly.
It's. I mean, it's shitty. Like, right? It's shitty. But like, Rampage would have Rampage been as
Probably.
It probably. You think it would have been as?
Well, not as good, but the Rock's star powered.
What else you got for your next worst movie?
Fine. Capping it off, The Fanatic. Oh God.
Oh wow.
Oh God. John Travolta is an embarrassment
He's that
now.
kind of guy.
I'm
He's
calling
that guy.
it. I have spoken. So yeah, those are my worst picks.
All right, I guess I'll go next. Worst of the year, we got Loquisha. Loquisha is a film about a white guy who isn't heard because he's white and a straight male. So he's like, let me become a black woman to speak my opinion and voice it.
Fucking God.
What?
This is like
that
I wrote
real?
that.
He pretends to be a black woman so he can be heard and become a big hit on
White
radio.
guy.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
It's
Pretends to be a
awful.
Black woman.
Yes.
Well,
it's
hey,
awful.
hate to break it to you, buddy, but that's not okay.
I'm leaving the studio.
Just from the premise alone, it's just like,
Well, didn't they make something? They made something like that in like the '80s, and it bombed too because everyone was like,
wonder
"Wow,
why.
this is
No.
horrible."
The 80s.
exactly.
And if
the '80s
if
were
it's
like,
not
"Yeah,
the
whoa, this
concept-
is a little fucked up, man."
and it's not just the concept too. It's just the main actor. He also directs it, and he's just
Nice.
a maniac. I hate him. We also, I'm just gonna do 5. We got Clownado. Boring, cringy clown scares. Just a bunch of juggalos being creepy, quote unquote. It's really lame.
Probably creepy.
One letter off, pal.
What?
Gigolo.
Okay, next is The Intruder with what's his name?
Dennis Quaid?
Yeah. It was boring. I have nothing else to say. But the Quaid was rocking and rolling, I have to admit.
Of course.
Serenity with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
I'm trying to do his whistle.
An appalling and
Sounds
and confusing film that you just question every single creative decision that was made. And then when the twist hits, you're like, ma'am, can I get the check? Can I leave? And then La Llorona
La Llorona.
is my number.
bad.
Yeah,
Curse of
it's just amateur and
Yeah.
embarrassing, and I'm not with it. So that's my worst films of the year.
I mean, yeah, I hated that one too. I guess I forgot that was this year.
It's just so
I
mediocre.
saw it.
It's
I've seen some-
exactly that's it.
I mean, you guys named off movies. I have never seen any of those movies that you have said.
Bro, Prime is where
I mean,
Prime is a
and I work at a fucking movie theater that had majority of those movies. Serenity was in the theaters for like 2 weeks.
dude, yeah.
La Llorona was in theaters for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Wow.
man.
What you got for your worst?
Mine. Okay, so
If you say
my
it's that one, there's gonna be a problem.
which one? What's the one that's up there?
That one.
It's not. It's not.
Okay, good.
Okay. I think without seeing this movie, my worst movie of 2019 was Cats.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay.
Safe.
but
Wait, you didn't see it?
no, I didn't see it because fuck that.
Bro, you have to see it.
No.
Don't.
No.
Trailer's enough.
Those poor visual effects artists that had to sit
Oh, I
through
know.
and be like,
Yeah.
this looks like shit, and the director's like, no, this is great. People are gonna. First of all, why the fuck did they even make the movie? The
know, man.
Broadway show bombed. They're like, you know what? This is gonna translate really well
Does it-
if we do it in film.
Dude, and it doesn't look good either. There's
It's
some
ugly as
moments
fuck.
where this, like, some scenery looks okay, but there are moments in the film where you can see it's clearly not finished.
It looks like a deep fake. They look like,
totally, yeah.
They look like deep fakes.
It does.
It's
Face
fucking
is just hovering on
yeah.
the bottom.
It's awful.
Head.
It's awful. But other
yeah.
than that, my worst movie of the year is Aladdin.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, wow.
Fuck you, Disney.
Unbelievable.
I was so unentertained with this movie that
Glad.
the only surprisingly good part about it was Will Smith Genie. Like everyone was like, this is going to be the worst part, right? They're going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, he's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
He was the best part of the movie, and
Everything else.
everything else was just like the guy was. They chose the whitest looking ethnic person that I have ever fucking seen in my life. They're like, you know what? We can't go too brown. But
yeah.
this guy is like a mocha. Like we can go mocha, I guess.
Look, we're gonna scare away the Americans.
we don't-
Make them whiter.
Same with the lead actress too.
Exactly.
She's also
I mean,
mocha.
she's hot, but
Right,
like,
but-
the Pink Power Ranger, man.
but that's what I thought. That's what's her name, Becky
yeah.
G or something like that.
Naomi. I thought it was Naomi or something.
Oh, I don't know. Becky
She's
G
the
is in whatever.
She's
I
the
don't
Pink
fucking-
Power Ranger in the live-action Power Rangers.
Honestly,
film.
dude, so-
or I guess the Power Rangers movie.
I'm gonna stray off for a second. I saw Power Rangers, the new Power Rangers movie,
Yeah.
the day after I got my wisdom teeth out, so I was on Percocet,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I watched it again on like vacation in Hawaii, and I was like, why the fuck would I waste my time in Hawaii
Aw.
watching Power Rangers? And I was like, yeah, this is not as good, not on Percocet. But okay, moving on. So my next worst movie. So you're gonna find a trend in these three. I don't have.
You haven't seen them?
No, I've seen these ones. But the next one is Dumbo. The remake of Dumbo.
I forgot that even happened.
I thought it was stupid as fuck. I thought it was really. I have a love-hate relationship with Tim Burton.
Sure.
I think everyone does nowadays.
Well, his fan base just weirds me the fuck out.
They eat
Like,
stuff
it's-
up, bro. They
What?
just eat it up. They're like, I'll
Exactly.
take anything from
Everyone's
Tim
like, oh,
Burton.
Tim Burton. He made Nightmare Before Christmas.
He works
and
with Johnny
Corpse
Depp.
Bride.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Beetlejuice.
Johnny Depp. Like, fuck Johnny Depp. First of all, fuck Johnny Depp. I hate Johnny Depp. I don't know him. I don't hate him.
I love him in Mordecai.
I don't hate him. I don't hate
Mordecai's
him.
my favorite movie with Johnny Depp.
That's probably.
Are you sure not the Rum Diary?
Probably
No,
not
Mordecai.
any movie
Isn't that called
after.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, oh, see, I thought it was. Oh, okay.
So
And then next one is Lion King. And then
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, okay,
so
yeah.
F you,
Disney is just shitting the bed for me this year.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Past
so well.
I did not-
that amazing CGI.
Pretty bad.
I mean that's the only reason
That's the
why
only
I gave
reason.
it. So I
Bro,
gave
live
it. I
action.
gave it 2.5 stars.
Uh-huh.
And 2 stars is like I'll only give 1 star to like shitty movies. So each one of
So
those
Aladdin.
got 2 stars. Yeah, no, each one of them got 2 stars.
Oh, okay.
This one got 2.5 because the visual effects were so
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my worst. I guess
Cool.
I don't have 5. The next one on my list is
There's no
Detective Pikachu, but I really enjoyed that.
Oh,
I know that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
lot of
I rated it.
Bro,
3
really?
stars. Well, I rated it 3 stars and I gave it a heart. And so
Okay, that's fine.
my
That's
description
We're just-
was it wasn't the best movie ever, but damn, I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
See, we're just teasing you.
So
Just know we're just a bunch of teasers.
yeah, exactly. It's just, I guess I just have a top 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
top
fine.
3 because I
Side note,
enjoyed
I
it
did
a
too.
lot.
Side note for the audience, we are very active on Letterboxd.com, so feel
Yeah.
free to follow our
I'm
accounts.
semi-active.
Put
You
links in
can
the
find my
description.
account.
We can put links
It's-
in the description.
Ryan
Yeah,
Ryan
I will put
likes
links
boys.
in the description.
That's his name. Ryan likes boys.
Ryan likes
No, it's
boys.
Ryan Boys to Men. That's
No, Ryan is boy.
Ryan is
Right.
boy.
I'm
changed my
baby.
gamer tag.
That's not Ryan is boy. That's not bad.
Changing my gamer tag.
That's not bad. Okay, moving on. What's next?
Most honorable mentions. is
Ryan's up.
next. All right.
Oh wait, no, you didn't do your worst.
No, he said La Llorona, and I remember
Doom
Doom
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Oh, so you did say your. Oh, it just wasn't fucking listening.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Shit.
Usually we don't around here. We
fine.
just
Okay, my bad. My
we
bad.
just
my
zone
bad.
Hey, that's my
out.
job.
Did not listen.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah, Nick is
Fucking
professional at
stole
that.
I was worried when you said that.
I fucking
Get
stole
back to the
it.
studio. Please vacate these premises.
I stole it. My bad. I'm sipping on some Pepsi.
Pepsi.
That's good.
Pepsi.
You guys.
Sponsored.
All right.
You guys-
So my honorable mention did not make my top 10, but was close. Is
I mean,
Long
that's
Day's
not-
Journey into Night.
Oh,
that?
okay, all right.
It's a very good movie.
It's a
with-
foreign film, Nick. You want to understand?
Fuck you.
It has subtitles.
my man.
Fuck
Sorry,
you.
continue.
It's got one of the most stunning one takes I've ever seen in my life. It is remarkable, honestly. The work that the camera does in
Damn
that
right.
water, it's insane. It's my most honorable mention. Right there.
Sweet.
Honorable mention.
All right, I'll go next. Get these out of the way right quick and fast. So, Zombieland Double Tap. It's the hardest I've ever laughed in a theater.
I
these
didn't.
days.
I didn't see that. I wanted to.
Just as good as the first one, maybe
Okay.
even
Not.
funnier a little bit.
Not.
Don't listen to
Nope.
him.
Okay.
This is
I mean,
my-
I'm like. I mean, I
It's my time.
love.
It's my time.
I love.
They all
Woody
look
Harrelson.
tired. They all look like they don't want to be
No, they
there.
don't. No, they don't. It's still.
Woody Harrelson's
I mean, I'm a
like,
stone,
God
too."
dang, I gotta do this shit again.
Excuse me. Who's talking
Talk
here?
about
Thank
easy on
you.
the eyes. Am I right? Shit.
Right.
Next up, Doctor Sleep. Very, very good follow up to The Shining.
okay.
As good as can be. Peanut Butter Falcon. Old school
Great.
novel adventure
Beautiful,
feel, and
beautiful
just
movie.
overall an adorable film.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be around. Dragged Across Concrete. I love the retro, 70s crime drama vibes. Great acting, great dialogue. The Lighthouse. That movie has a clear vision that's got to be admired, no matter what you think of it.
didn't see that.
Amazing acting, great
want to. I really wanna
visuals,
see it.
very scary, gets under your
want to see
skin.
it.
What are you talking about over there?
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, okay, all right. Triple Frontier, one of my favorite Netflix productions this year. Netflix has been killing it this year a lot,
And then Doom Annihilation came out.
unfortunately.
I thought they were like, okay,
Triple
here's
Frontier-
Irishman.
Triple Frontier, some of my favorite ensemble acting. I like the group they got there. Good action scenes, great, and just a very cool movie to sit down and watch for a couple hours. And John Wick Chapter 3, my favorite action movie of the year. It's got some of the best production design. The world building keeps getting cooler, and the action just keeps getting more insane with every film. I love it. And that's my honorable mentions.
Victor.
Am I up?
You're up.
Oh shoot, guys, here we go. Oh God, Rick. All right, so I'm gonna do 10. So I have Long Day's Journey into Night.
Oof. Didn't make it to top.
No,
either top 10.
No,
It's rough.
I think compared to his first feature, it follows too many similar themes and ideas, and but overall, it's still a very enticing and mesmerizing film. Number 12 is Marriage Story.
Yeah.
Great acting, just as an actor's film, and
really
very
is.
simple storyline, but it really tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah, I really like it just gets more and more insane the more it goes on.
Right.
For such a simple situation they try to work out.
Absolutely.
It could easily have been a downer film, but just how chaotic things get, it kind of makes you laugh.
It is a very funny film.
You can't talk about it without talking about Adam Driver though.
Oh right, no, Adam.
Like
Yeah.
Out of the park.
absolutely
Out of the park.
Incredible.
He's
like
incredible.
Everything he's
so
in
good.
is
I
just
love that
like
guy.
that
I
guy.
love-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Everything
shit.
he's
Kylo Ren. I'm like, you know what?
Oh, dude, he's
Honestly,
awesome.
Kylo Ren has the best arc in the whole sequel trilogy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. I got Climax at 13. It's all around a very insane film, great choreography, and just an overall gnarly last act that just is just one hell of a
Fucking
moment.
bonkers.
It's unlike anything. 14, we have Parasite. Great social political commentary on capitalism, and great performances, and just an overall very engaging film. If you haven't seen it, you got to see
I was
it.
going to go see it today.
Literally everyone's talking.
I was
going to
go see it.
So-
Everyone's talking about it. That's what
Everyone's
I'm saying.
talking about
okay.
it, even us right now. In
I'm
this small
fucked
room.
up. Man. I
We're talking
fucked
about
up.
All right, number 15, I got this movie called Paddleton.
Oh.
It was a little Netflix film.
Paddington?
No,
Oh.
it could have been though. Paddleton. It's about what the hell is it about? I saw it like earlier this year. What was this film about? Oh, that's right. It's about two friends. One of them gets cancer, and they're spending their last like days together.
Weird punchline.
I don't get
It was just a very touching film, and it's very simple. Number 16, I got Pain and Glory with Antonio Banderas. Just a good character
Zorro
piece.
on my list.
Cool. Zorro.
Reflection of
Puss in
one's
Boots.
past and their career and their fame and their health, just kind of basking in their memories. It's a very good film, great performances. At 17, I have 1917.
Wow.
Jeez, guys.
Wow. That's awfully
So what
low.
did
I know, I know.
Awfully low.
No, it's a
awfully
really solid film, and I appreciate it for not focusing so much on a lot of the more intense action moments. It was,
It's the personal stuff. That
right.
was- yeah.
And utilizing those really long takes allowed for them to really sit on those quieter moments, like
Yeah.
when someone's hurt or yada this and that.
Yeah.
It sat
Hiding
there.
or-
Hiding
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
skulking,
And you felt
Exactly.
it. I just thought that the intensity was not there for a lot of it because it felt kind of detached to me.
Okay, I understand that. I
But
understand that.
overall, it's just really solid war film.
but without spoiling anything,
Sure.
that bunker scene though,
Yes, yeah,
I was like I was biting my fingernails, dude.
Sure.
I was
No, I
Edge of the seat.
I was like, oh,
It's
the whole
a
time.
wonderful journey. I think everyone needs to see it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
At 18, I have High Life. I can't really even talk about this one because it's just
right.
Is that the one? Is that the one with Robert Pattinson?
yeah.
He's the astronaut,
okay.
right?
I only saw it the one time and I couldn't tell you really much about it. But
the masturbation chamber.
there is a masturbation chamber.
What?
It's just
Is he baiting again?
It's just a very mysterious film with some great visual effects too. It's just the overall story is very interesting. I dig it. I just don't remember it enough to like put it lower, and I didn't watch it
Put it?
again. So, number 19, I have Ready or Not. That was a very fun, just game of cat and mouse. It was,
Margot Robbie. That's at least
close.
I'm sold.
So that's why you liked it.
I'm sold.
Well, she looks like Margot Robbie, I guess.
No, it actually
did
is Margot
look like-
Robbie.
No,
did-
it's not.
The lead girl
Yeah.
in
It's
Ready
her.
or Not.
It's not her.
He is.
He's
What?
his
Are you
face
fucking kidding
is
me?
dumbfounded right now. He
That's
has
not
never
Margot
been
Robbie?
around
Looks like
this
her, though.
before.
Dude.
He is shocked. He has
Whoa.
genuine disbelief.
If we had a camera for this,
Damn. That's absolutely what the
I know.
fuck?
Yeah.
That's not Margot Robbie.
That's not. Her name is
doppelganger. ass.
Samara Weaving.
Oh yeah,
She's been in a couple other
Isn't
films
Samara the
lately.
name of the bitch that comes out of the TV in the ring?
Oh, frick.
Samara Weaving
Crap.
is Hugo Weaving's daughter, I think.
Oh,
Was she in the ring?
No.
Oh,
Guys,
No.
this is breaking news. But it's a very fun.
dumbfounded right now. Hang on, that's not Margot Robbie.
No.
No,
Holy shit.
Sorry to break your egg.
Oh man,
It looked like fun.
My
It
egg
looked
is
like a fun
broken.
film.
yolk is out.
My yolk is out, and you're about to scramble him.
So let me just wrap that up by saying that's a very fun, very fun film. It was very surprising. I didn't expect to have so much fun with it.
I'm sorry.
It's fun. Number 20, Alita Battle Angel.
Oh,
Hell
hell
yeah. God, that should have been
Early.
lower,
That
bro.
early.
Yeah.
movie.
You know what? That was one of my honorable mentions before I.
Yeah.
It's
Same with me.
fantastic.
I don't know why it's so high, but
It's a lot of fun.
it's
dude.
It was
it's
great.
great.
I loved
It's
it.
It's the best mix of '90s action movie,
Yeah.
BMX sports compilation, and 80s
Badass
cy-
robots.
and '80s cyberpunk.
Robots.
Yeah.
I love me a cyberpunk world, man.
Rosa Salazar.
Rosa Salazar.
Her motion capture work is like
Incredible.
top notch.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
And her character is amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
I was not a
I
fan
stand
of. I was not a fan of the ending. I was
Okay, it
like,
didn't
suddenly.
are they trying to do a sequel? Like,
Bro, I don't-
what
I
is
don't
going
even
on? If they
remember.
are, then I'm fucking in. But like at
Yeah.
the same time, like,
Just kind of
why
stops.
didn't you just need to make it just a one movie? Why couldn't you just do it that
was
way?
wrong with that?
franchise filmmaking?
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
The
And
problems with
I
franchise
could go on further, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
What do you got, Chase, for your honorable
So
mentions?
I only have a couple.
That's fine.
So the first one is a movie called Late Night.
Oh, yeah.
If you've never heard of it, so it's actually it doesn't surprise me that you guys, if you haven't heard of it, it doesn't surprise me because
It's
it's
like comedy,
written
right?
by women and starring.
Okay,
I-
two
all
stars
right.
are women.
I remember it now.
It's not saying that you guys are like that, but
It's with Amy
can say
Adams,
I'm
right?
like
yeah, no. It's with Emma
Scarlett-
Thompson. It's with Emma Thompson and it's
Oh,
with Mindy Kaling.
I was-
And
yeah.
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
watched it off of.
Oh, that's game night. I was thinking.
I watched it on Amazon, and I was really, really surprised. I was like, it was out of theaters so quickly that I'm like, okay, it must not be that good. And then my girlfriend and I sat down and watched it, and I'm like, this is actually really funny. It was written by Mindy Kaling, and so you get some of that Office type humor,
yeah.
which is a certain niche of people that really enjoy that. But yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. And I watched it a second time and I'm like, you know what? I still like this movie. So
Nice.
There you go.
but another one is Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah.
I think that one's I'm actually gonna group Peanut Butter Falcon and Honey Boy
Yeah.
into one because I saw them on the same day.
Yeah.
I went to the theater, saw no, I didn't actually. I saw them both at home on Amazon, but it was all on the same day. But no, both of them, Peanut Butter Falcon, like you said, it's just a normal. It's the story isn't super complex, but it's really nice to see.
It's uplifting.
Yeah,
it
it's
makes you feel good.
Exactly, and they didn't like. They made Shia LaBeouf's character just scummy enough where you're like, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's just raised differently, or he grew up in a different area.
He's great.
He's amazing in it. And Honey Boy also, like, talk about a fucking a therapy session right there. Like, you know how, remember in Captain America Civil War when Tony Stark makes that like CG like hologram of his that it was kind of like he Shia LaBeouf stepped into his own little world with his dad, and I can only imagine how fucking hard that would be
I need to see that.
Yeah,
you know.
Shia, he's a very talented actor, and
He's great.
I want this comeback to be like the
me
comeback.
too. Me too.
I just want him to rise from
Absolutely.
here. He's so good.
He's great. But other than that, Alita would actually be my other one.
Hell
that I
yeah.
was gonna put
Yeah,
down there. I would have said John Wick, but John Wick's actually in my top 10.
Spoiler alert.
So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, spoiler alert. I'm like I was telling these guys earlier that my top 10 is just the top 5 are actually in order, and the other 5 it's like I can't really. I liked them.
That's fair.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
them the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my ranking's bullshit, really.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. I mean, but yeah, those are mine.
Good
Rock
list.
on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Rock hard.
I'm hard.
Same. So, the top 10.
Good.
So do we want to do the top 10 or the categories first? What?
Oh shit,
I was
the
just going to hit
categories.
I thought we were just doing top 10. That's
just
what
gonna do
I heard. I don't know
top 10
categories.
and
but-
hit the categories as I
After.
get to each one.
Okay.
That's what
Right.
I was doing.
Let's do it.
What do you mean when you get to each
So
one?
like, I liked X movie. It's also my thing for
Oh.
best this.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
how
Cool,
I was
cool,
doing
cool, cool.
it.
Okay.
Because
Sounds
it's
good.
a little like
A little easier.
speedy.
Okie dokie. So, top 10 now.
Yeah.
Categories later.
Top
No,
10
top
now
cate-
with categories.
Well, what if your
Categories.
categories
Oh,
are
get
not
the
in your top 10?
Well, then you
Then
do
you
them
should-
separately. You
Yeah.
dummy.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought
just
then. That's what I thought.
You're
I'm
not-
just going to
you're not
separate
dumb.
them.
Yeah,
Victor,
it
look at
makes
you.
it
Look at
We've
me.
been,
You're
for
not
the,
dumb.
For the people at home, we've been discussing this all week.
It's been too much. It's like it's so
It's-
simple.
I found out about this last night. So,
yeah.
You
So-
still got it.
I still did it.
Bear with us.
So fuck
We're-
fuck
we're-
all of
we're
you.
working
I was able to do
kinks.
this shit in the night.
Screw in
Hey,
You should be able to do
bros.
this shit in a
We're
week.
going to work this out.
These
You've seen double the movies I have, but fuck all 3 of you.
bro.
Let's just do the list right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
do
top
it.
10. Top 10. Who's starting it off?
Where are we going?
Let's just start from
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah, Ryan, go for it. Or Ryan,
Ryan.
go
Me?
for it.
Ryan.
Victor,
All right.
Number
I
10.
meant Ryan because he's over here, but then I
Right.
looked
Yeah.
at you because you were talking.
Sure.
I fucked
Whatever,
up.
dude.
I fucked up. Victor, well, tell me what you think.
All right, let me tell you what I think.
Whoa.
That means you're Chase.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Your
life
life is really sad.
Crap. Fuck.
Is that all I am? Is just swear words? Is that all I am to this guy? Swear words?
To this guy.
Whatever, bro. I'm just fucking with
Your
you.
swears and laughs, Chase. We love you.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
So number 10, John Wick Parabellum.
Yeah.
That is also my best locations, best areas. It's
Production design.
Absolutely.
The places
He's
are
fucking
beautiful.
everywhere in that movie, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
they go
Travels
to
about- he's
a
Mr.
lot
Worldwide.
of places.
Yeah,
Action
man.
was
Dollar.
great. Almost took my best sound design because it is good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, John Wick Parabellum was a ton of fun. I just want to watch it again.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It was so fun.
Such bitchin' action in that movie.
Oh yeah,
Major bitchin' action.
That's a
Yes.
bitchin' flick, bro.
especially with both the female dogs and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bitches.
Halle Berry's
Quite
dogs.
literally.
Mm-hmm.
I like Halle Berry was also very, very good in this.
I thought you were gonna
this
say she
movie.
was also a dog.
No, fucking I would say.
Her dogs be
I would say.
barking, bro. She be walking a lot.
She was great. She was really
Halle
good.
Berry is probably my favorite action heroine recently, at least. Okay, no, and
What else
her-
has she been in recently? Other
Catwoman.
than
No, I'm saying like
shut the fuck up.
No.
We don't talk about Catwoman.
No.
I hated that movie when I was like 8 when it came out. I was like,
in
this
terms
movie
of-
sucks.
Young hater.
in terms of action films.
formulate an opinion.
Exactly.
This movie sucked.
In terms of action films, is what I was trying to say. Halle Berry's character, Sophia, she's one of my favorite like action heroines recently. Her
Yeah.
and Alita, like they
Yeah.
feel like not for the sake of just having like a female character for like to get the female empowerment
Absolutely.
message across.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
felt like genuine badasses.
Yeah.
Halle
Yeah.
Berry or Hallelujah?
Hallelujah,
Both.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Hallelujah.
Hey,
Halle Berry.
Huckleberry?
Huckleberry Finn.
All right, Nick, you're up.
Okay, my number 10. My number 10 is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That's a great one.
It's a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Victor's about to vomit for
he
anyone
really is.
listening.
Do you not like?
Bro,
Do you not like? Did you
Dude,
not
he
like
vomits every time I open my mouth. No,
Yeah, you
Godzilla.
should see my card, bro.
Slushing.
He was talking so fucking much I couldn't stop puking.
Just drive with the head.
No, King of the Monsters was a lot different than the first movie for all the right reasons, and it feels, as far as American filmmakers or in the history of American Godzilla movies, this comes pretty close to capturing the spirit of the old movies, and it moves at such a breakneck pace. You hardly get time to stop, and it's totally cool. The monsters are really well realized, and you actually feel like they've got attitude, they got character to them. Just the looks about them, the way they capture them as like animals of this earth, and their battles are just amazing. Probably not as good or as impactful as the first Godzilla or even Kong Skull Island, but they're still quite incredible. And I would take some of those fights over most blockbusters these days. The Monsterverse is just my jam. And then you got a fun cast, amazing visual effects, and the best score from Bear McCreary. It's probably my favorite score of the year. Not only the classic theme songs get utilized, but just some great original compositions that stand out among the sound design. And yeah, a total crowd pleaser for me. I love it.
I was actually gonna bring up. I was like, I liked it a lot. Like I went and saw it, and I was thinking. At first, I was like, The first one was really good.
Yes.
Like the new.
yeah.
I think it came out like what
2014.
2014. It was 2014. Really?
14, yeah.
That long ago?
That long
6 years.
Jesus.
It bangs.
But so when I saw the first one, I actually got to see it at the Cinerama. Oh. First viewing, so that was amazing.
Oh, jealous.
And
I'm jealous.
This one I saw it at a normal theater, but
Yeah.
I don't think that had anything to do with it. I liked I had a great time, but I think like you were saying, I like the camera work in the 2014 one better.
Yes.
I like the fact that the view is mostly from like the ground.
Yeah.
And you don't really see Godzilla until like
Yeah, suspense just
what is it,
builds
like,
up.
After the
hour
first
mark
act
even.
or
Something like
yeah,
the-
like something like
something like
end
the
of the
hour
second
mark.
act or something like that. But it's so, and then you see I think it's a him in this one, right? It's a him in this one.
Godzilla's a him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because I mean, Godzilla in the 2000 or 99 one, that was a
is,
female.
the black sheep.
Okay,
that's
gotcha,
the fake
gotcha.
Zilla.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. But when you see him, you're like, this is one scary
Yeah.
looking
That's a
motherfucker.
big boy.
Exactly. He's a thick ass lizard man.
He will destroy your shit.
Yeah.
No question
But no,
about it.
I thought the new one was great. Millie Bobby Brown. Was
Yeah.
very good.
A great
in
talent.
everything she's
An
in.
amazing talent. Can we take a sidetrack here for a bit, if you guys don't mind? TV was really good this year too. I was actually keeping up with some TV on characters.
Victor's number 10.
Finish your thought.
Just really quick, like American Horror Story 1984, I was enjoying quite a bit. The Mandalorian was badass.
I'm gonna cut this out.
Number 10, here we go. Here we go, folks.
Okay, here we
Alrighty, here we go. Beach Bum.
Ooh, there it is.
Huh.
Really? Like no, like are you being serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The Beach.
You don't like it?
No, I liked it. I liked it. I just didn't think it was.
Well, see, I really like Harmony Korine's work in his films.
Yeah.
Just the way he tackles.
Were you a big fan of Spring Breakers?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was great.
Same
That was great.
directors?
Yeah. I don't remember too much of this because this came out in like April or something or March,
Something like
and I've
that,
only
yeah.
seen the one time. But Matthew McConaughey's character is just a moondog. He's just perfect.
He's so cool.
An oddball.
He's so cool.
He's cool, and he just goes with the flow. And like his other work, Korine's other films, it has this very fluid quality to the editing and the pacing, and it's something I really admire for a very offbeat comedy like
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
I dig it. It's just a very fun and funny movie. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that was a movie I would have liked to watch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like high on my priority list. But
I
what
think
you
it's
guys?
on Netflix or something now.
It's on Hulu.
It's on something you can stream. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what these guys have been saying like last couple weeks, I'm actually take a look at it. Let's say it sounds funny. Like
I thought it was hilarious. I
Yeah.
was laughing my ass off the whole time.
Yeah, it's great.
But one thing that I was noticing, it has the same color palette as the Bad Boys movies.
really.
It has the
Does it?
same color palette as like a Michael Bay movie.
So I didn't-
Oversaturated. as hell.
Oversaturated. Now that I said it, now you're like, oh shit.
crap.
Yeah, right?
I'm aware of it now.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you have to watch Bad Boys, right?
No, now I have to watch Beach Bum again and lower it in my list.
God.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, that's it. That's my number 10, Beach Bum.
Okay.
Chase, you're
Uh,
up.
Oh
Like I
wait. Never mind. Yes, you're good. Good
Chase,
to go. Never mind.
you're up.
Sorry.
Okay,
Chase.
so like I said,
Yeesh.
none of these are in order, but I'll
Yeah.
kind of do the order in my head as I'm going. But number 10 for me has got to be Endgame. Avengers Endgame, man.
Absolutely.
I loved it so damn much. I saw it in theaters 3 times.
Oh,
I spent
wow.
9 hours watching fucking the same shit.
Oh.
Like I just had a really good time. I liked the. I grew up off of. You guys are a little older than me, but you can probably understand.
No,
that, like,
yeah, I was there for Iron Man.
Iron
yeah.
Man, for me,
Yeah.
I think it came out 2008, so I was 11
Yeah.
when that came out. So, I thought it was so damn good, and then I
of
followed the rest of it and all of that. Like I've seen every single movie at least twice.
Yeah.
It's just it was a very very satisfying climax to a 10-year build up.
Yeah,
series,
I thought it was great, and we can't talk Endgame without talking about how goddamn good it looks.
Yeah.
And Thanos,
Yeah.
Jesus, looks so amazing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in his little nutsack chin wrinkles, you can see like little
highlight.
hairs and stuff. Like
The visual
It's
effects
impressive.
are out of this world.
they really popped off.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that would be on my
Yeah.
my 10 list. On my 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good
Heck
choice.
yeah.
Thanks.
Good
Thanks.
choice.
I
All
tried.
right, we're on to number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Ash's Purest White for me.
Oh, nice.
Another foreign film that was gorgeous.
Yeah.
The cinematography was too much for me. I teared up multiple times.
Wow.
The tone of the movie is... You can't see me moving my hands around, but it's like...
He's
the
waving them a
tone
lot.
is so good.
Big tone.
It's just this somber, quiet, long takes, no one's talking. I will never forget a scene in a bedroom with rain on the window. Incredible. It's an experience. I love it.
So is this like a romance drama or something?
Pretty
Both,
much
kinda,
that.
yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out.
It's good. It's really good.
Sweet. Okay, my turn.
Next number 9.
Nick's number 9 is bullshit. My number 9 is Avengers Endgame. Like Chase said, you get the feeling everyone in front and behind camera, they were just hauling ass, really giving it their all for this final piece of the series, and it really does show. It's one of the fastest 3 hours you could ask for watching a
Yeah,
movie.
definitely.
It moves pretty damn quick. The storyline's as good as you can make it. It's not too confusing. That's the best.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. It's straightforward, but
No. I'm sorry. I'm not coming in. Sorry, I'm not coming in like ruining your vibe. I'm agreeing
sure.
with you. I'm like, yeah, it's not a confusing story. It's pretty
Vibe
straightforward.
it's
check.
not. Yeah, they do a really good job telling it. The acting is really great. The action is a lot of fun. All the superpowers going on, and I'm sorry, Martin Scorsese, but I think this movie is cinema. Like one part in this movie, I think is deserving of being cinematic history. When you see it, you just know you're feeling something. You're feeling an event happening.
This movie's
the
been
big-
out for months. You can
just say it.
I know what
Fine.
you're talking about, but
when the Avengers all assemble.
that's not what I thought he was talking about.
I haven't seen it.
Bro, the Avengers assemble. How'd you not know that?
Yeah, all 6 of them. There's only 6 of them, right? But yeah, a lot of fun. One of Marvel's best.
I agree. Absolutely.
Okay. My number 9 is Midsommar.
Oh, that made your top 10?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
yes.
you guys are gonna be
Unbelievable.
really surprised then.
I still think... What does that mean?
Doesn't matter.
So look. I think this film is a little bit too long. I think it's a little clunky here and there, especially towards the end. I'm like, can we hurry this thing up,
Which
please?
version are we talking about though?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the director's cut more, just because it adds a little bit more, and it's just a great world to be in. Not great world to be in, but it's very.
It's a terrible world.
It's awful, but it's a very entertaining and it's a mess to watch in all the good ways.
All the
From the very beginning, it's an anxiety-inducing film, and I'm going to just call her Florence. I'm not going to butcher her last name.
Pugh.
Is it Pugh?
Yeah.
Florence
Okay,
Pugh.
I was going to say Pug, but I know it's not Pug.
Pugga.
I knew it was
my
Pugh, but I
stepdad's
didn't wanna...
last name is Pugh.
Okay, well, thank
They're
you.
related.
Oh,
No, they're not.
They're not.
He's Jamaican, so unless she's fucking Jamaican, that would be crazy. But
oh, she looked like it.
Could have fooled me.
She
with
Jamaican
a
me
British ass
crazy.
accent.
Florence Pugh, though.
She from the very beginning, it's just like this lady. She's got it.
Absolutely.
She's got the
Absolutely.
chops.
From the beginning, I wanted to give her a straight hug. God Lord.
It's a very intense opening, and it really hit me hard. And just for the rest of the film, it's just you're just watching these characters go through the motions of this ceremony and getting accustomed to this culture. And when things get real, it gets real. I really, really like the film. I think I like it more than Hereditary. But hell yeah, that's my number 9.
Yeah.
I think that so I saw Hereditary recently, and
Yeah.
I was like, the leading up to it, like it's a really slow burn, but when
Yeah.
it gets to that final fuse of explosion, dude, was some of the most like terrifying
Yes.
shit I've ever seen in a movie before. And I was like, I was watching it. It was all bright in my house.
Yeah.
Like I was watching it during the day.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, I don't want to fucking turn around right now.
Right.
I don't know what I'm like. What if I come home and my girlfriend's on the fucking ceiling? Like, you know, and
That was the effect it had on me.
exactly.
Yeah, bro,
like
yeah.
I was horrified. But no, I agree. I think when you said Florence Pugh, like she really just came in and stole the show. Like
Absolutely.
and you're seeing everyone. Her name was her character's name is Danny.
Right.
In the film, and she just keep on getting abused,
Yeah.
like emotionally,
you really
mentally, and,
sympathize.
like for real, like she's
sympathize
all of
entirely.
this shit is happening, and then finally at the end,
Yeah.
without spoiling anything, you kind of it's literally the last shot of the film. You're like, oh, okay, so she's better now. Like
That's what it
she's
seems
feeling,
like.
She's feeling better.
But
Yeah.
I also still feel like bad for her because I think
No,
she's still being like. I don't think this is her. Like that was her.
her choice. No, this
exactly.
isn't her. Like, oh yeah, this is where I'd like to be in my
Exactly,
life.
and
you
that's
know?
what's still it's so conflicting. Like, what is she feeling in this moment?
Exactly.
Like she's looking at this.
If you hear Ari Aster's opinion on the ending,
Yeah, I think I've listened to it.
didn't.
I think
I
I've listened to
I
it.
didn't.
I have
It's
not.
more like dark than or a bad thing than a good.
Oh.
No.
no, it's a happy ending.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I see.
Well-
It's fine. Like
Yeah.
people are so afraid to do happy endings nowadays, where it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
right.
Like just let shit be happy, man.
It's one of those. Is it deserved type of thing? Like was that?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I like it more than Hereditary because the ending is a lot more satisfying to me.
Yes.
I think the build up with Hereditary is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
I think the ending of
Awfully
Hereditary
good.
is just so fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
that everyone's like left the theater and they're like, "What the
Sure,
fuck
sure.
just happened?"
Yeah.
You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still good, but I think I don't know. Midsummer
I
is
agree.
better to me.
Midsummer is a good film. Admittedly, I'm kind of mixed on Ari Aster. I wasn't high on Hereditary, and Midsummer I dig more than that one. But I will say Ari Aster though, he knows how to craft tension.
Yeah.
Both movies I was feeling my skin crawl.
Yeah.
So he's good at that, and just kind of this sense of alienation sort of thing. And he has a really good vision about him. All his
Absolutely.
like camera shots, his editing
absolutely.
rhythms, his
He's got
locations.
he's got a beautiful team of practical effects, like
yes.
too. Like his gore
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the best gore I've ever seen in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
like honestly, it's so realistic and incredible that you're like, I'm worried right now. Like,
That dude okay
it's like,
or not?
It's like
Yeah.
it kind of gives me the feeling of like have you guys seen? I think it's called Cannibal Nation or something like that.
Holocaust?
Cannibal Holocaust, yeah.
Yeah.
Where people are like, "Yo, this is fucking real." Like,
Yeah,
it kind of gave me
Sure.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, for as questionable as some of the gore is, it is very effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
It-
Absolutely.
Yeah, I say that because to me it felt like it felt like they could they felt like they did it because they could.
No, yeah.
Sort of
But I mean,
thing.
what's
But
wrong with that?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Okay, fine, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's grounded
if you had
enough.
the-
It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. If you had the means and funds to do it,
Yeah.
and you're
would
like,
do it.
"Fuck yeah," you know, I would
Sure.
absolutely do
Head
it.
smashing.
guess.
Oh yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna show a head smash, and I'm gonna show
Yes.
a girl's head getting hit off by a fucking like telephone pole. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, spoilers, by the way, but whatever.
Yeah, Sam Raimi does that all the time.
Sam Raimi, my man.
You're number 9.
Let's talk about Spider-Man
Okay,
2.
What do
yeah,
you
let's
got?
talk about Spider-Man 3. I'm
Let's
just
talk
kidding.
about the Amazing Spider-Man.
I'm see, like I said, these last 5 aren't really in an order.
Last minute switch.
We got a last minute switch.
I'm gonna say number 9 would have to be Us.
Oh,
Okay.
I liked Us a lot, and I love Jordan Peele, and his comedy is fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
and
It is.
his horror is terrifying.
Yeah.
And I loved Get Out.
Yeah.
Get Out was probably one of my favorite movies. Did that come out 2018?
2018.
That was one of my
17.
Not
17.
okay,
Yeah.
2017. Probably my favorite movie of 2017.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, I thought Us was very good. Lupita
Nyong'o.
is so fucking incredible that it is a goddamn shame that she did not get nominated for
Really
anything
is.
Yeah.
for that this year. Like, it was one of the like most insane performances I've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for her not to get any sort of recognition, I don't even think she was nominated for a Globe,
No.
and that's fucked up because this is an amazing ass, like, oh my god, it was such a good movie. And even like Winston Duke, like,
Yeah.
he was hilarious.
He was my favorite.
Me
man.
too. He was probably like one of the best characters in the movie.
Yeah.
He-
It was great.
He's definitely
See,
one of my
it's-
favorite
it's,
dad
characters.
Yeah.
It's one of the Academy not recognizing horror films.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
when
They
when
don't-
the
they-
acting is like
phenomenal.
Hello.
Exactly.
Not even-
exactly.
it's
Like
not even
Midsummer
just-
as well.
It's not even just
Yeah.
horror;
Right.
it's just genre films in general. They really look down on that kind
Absolutely.
of
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think I think there needs to be another like we're getting a little off, and I'm trying
Sure.
to
It's all right.
Sorry,
keep it in
Ryan.
a little bit, but
okay.
I think there should be a special effects category.
thing. Well, they have
as
the.
well. I mean, they have the effects and makeup and stuff.
Well,
They have
not
visual
even that.
effects.
They have like awards. I forget what they're called, but they're tailored for sci-fi and genre movies.
I mean, that's
sort of
cool
thing.
and all, but like, and I think that's great, but like,
I'm talking for a much larger
yeah, you know,
award
you
show.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think like that's a huge
Saturn
that's a huge
Awards.
thing.
They're the Saturn Awards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Us. I thought it was fantastic. It was also fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
and the ending was a little on me. That's why it's probably not higher on my list. Is the
Yeah.
ending just kind of fell short. The twist was pretty predictable from like trailers even.
I didn't
So-
even guess it.
Okay. Well. Okay.
So
well,
I'm just done.
You said it, not me, Nick.
Yeah,
So, like,
sure.
Yeah, Ryan.
You're
What was
thinking
what was your number 9?
My number 9 was
Wait,
Ashes Pierce
we
White.
on
We did that.
Eight.
We're on
We're
eight.
number eight.
Number 8. What's
Just
your
keep doing
number?
nines, bro.
My number 9 is Ashes Pierce. Number 8 is Parasite.
All right.
And that is going to take my best wardrobe and best sound mixing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Incredible sound design. Great story. Awesome 3-arc structure. And the story's progression is just perfect mixed in with the progression of the characters mixed with the story. Everything follows the exact same flow. And I appreciate that so much. Really fun movie.
I really need to see it.
Me too.
You should.
Rock on.
I like Bong Joon-ho a lot. I think The Host and Snowpiercer, incredible films that I watched from him, and I was feeling it was a little too hyped up. I guess it's one of those.
Parasite?
Yeah, well, there's those award films that get really hyped
I
up.
understand that. But it's been hyped
Joker.
up since before awards.
Joker.
They said this was
Joker.
the best
Even then-
movie of the
Joker.
decade.
Even
I was
then-
like, slow down.
Even then, Get Out was getting
They obviously
hyped up
haven't.
a lot.
They obviously haven't seen Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler. That was my favorite movie of all time. But
Sure,
second,
but-
I think second.
But yeah,
favorite, actually,
everyone's saying it's a good time, and so yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Thank you,
sounds
Nick.
really
That was my first movie from him, and I really loved it. I was
Did
like,
you
I need
see?
to
Have you
more.
seen Snowpiercer?
No.
See
Oh,
it.
dude,
I need to see
Snowpiercer is
more of
great.
his work.
See it.
It's a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I need to see it.
You watch it with that in
No.
mind. It's gonna blow your fucking
Think of it-
mind.
think-
It'll blow
Ryan,
your
do it.
fucking
Ryan,
mind.
think of it like this: it's like Fallout 3 on rails and snow.
Yeah.
Okay, and Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
And Charlie and the Chocolate
Got
Factory.
it.
Sure, I guess
I
so.
recommend Memories of Murder personally, but
All right. What's your number 8?
Number 8. My number 8 is Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay.
Another Victor. We got a squadron of fighters coming over the house here. No, another crowd pleaser, another blockbuster, but this is what
I wouldn't call it a blockbuster.
okay, not a blockbuster. Okay, a crowd pleasing biopic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
That's better.
That's another kind of genre that's frowned upon a little bit because they can either not be too factually correct or they can lean too hard on the heart of the, nature of the
absolutely.
story. But this one gets it just right. James Mangold is one of my favorite directors working today, and what I like about him is to get a whole like film student scholar education type deal. I like how he breaks down like masculine characters. Like they're that old school type of. In this movie in particular, you have Christian Bale and Matt Damon firing on all cylinders. By
They're
the way,
fucking amazing.
they're amazing duo.
Matt Damon, absolutely.
They're both that.
incredible.
They're both that old school type of like heroic masculine tough guys. That's romantic, but also they have like a soft side to them,
Yeah.
so you can really latch on to them without feeling like these are a bunch of toxic douchebags.
Yeah, they actually give a shit about
They
like
actually
people's
give a shit about-
like opinions and
Yes,
feelings and
absolutely, yeah.
friendship's important and
Yes.
shit like that.
Yeah, them and the rest of the acting is great, and the racing scenes are a lot of fun,
they're-
very energetic. You have good effects work. They're edited really well. Marco Beltrami's score is propulsive at times, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It was a good history movie that you're glad you know this information you would have never like at least heard about through like conventional conversation. Like you're not going to talk about like Ken Miles the same way you talk about General Patton or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of fun. Glad I saw it.
Word.
All right, word. All right, my number 7 is The Last Black
Number
Man
8.
in 8.
We're only on 8.
We're only on 8.
We're an
Oh wait,
hour-
you're right.
We're an hour
No, this is
in,
it.
boys.
Are we?
Yes.
Okay, my 8 is The Last Black Man in San Francisco. At the core of it, you got a very good friendship dynamic in a world that's changing around them while they're trying to find their place in their hometown. I don't really want to talk too much about it just because it, I think it's one that you just need to watch. But I just really like the two central performances and what they go through and their almost bromance that they have together because they had spent so much time together and they're just trying to figure themselves out in this gentrified San Francisco. It just has a lot of good themes and stunning visuals. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. And that's my number 8.
Yeah, I heard that one was getting a lot of cinematography buzz around it.
Oh
so.
yeah, it's
And you know me, I'm a damn camera dude.
it's very
Camera sucks.
it's very stagey,
sucks.
like very like clear that it's very like staged, I guess. But it
works.
Works exactly.
Cool.
It yeah, it's got its own style.
All right, so we're on 8. Yeah, my number 8 is John Wick 3.
Yeah.
It's John Wick.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It was just, I mean, pretty much what you guys said already. It's just kind of like a mindless, like fun.
I would say near mindless.
Near
'cause-
mindless, yeah. But I mean, you're going and you're watching crazy ass like
Yeah.
fight scenes. You're seeing him throw knives at people's faces and shit. Like you're not really, in my opinion, and this is probably way different than your guys's, but you're not going to pay attention to the story. You're going to look at the spectacle.
I don't like the story.
I don't like the story either. Okay, cool. You go and you watch the spectacle of Keanu Reeves being fucking badass, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Like I prefer the story of the second one and the first one better.
Yes.
But the first one in particular, it's
sure.
Perfect.
This is my philosophy. Like John Wick's 2 and 3, they don't have the heart of the first movie, but they make up for it with the world building. The scale gets more grand.
I mean, I get that, but like,
I don't feel that.
but
way.
like, I'm like I said, I don't really go to pay attention to the story on that one. This is one of those. I want to have I'm putting it on my list of in my top 10 just because I just had a great time at the theater. I got wasted. I got fucked up. So I went and saw it at the Cinnabar, and I got drunk and I had to have my dad drive me home.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Our audience was hooting and hollering at all the best parts.
It was great.
It's
fun.
It's
It's
so
fun.
much fun.
Good fun.
All right.
Number
7, my friend.
I got Climax.
Oh yeah, nice. And you
just
watched that again?
Ew.
yesterday.
Ew,
and
you got
I
a
was
Climax?
like, I watched it.
And I
I watched it
climaxed.
yesterday.
Did you climax?
Bro, Climax?
Both time I watched it, maybe in the theater the first time.
Did
possibly.
this seeing it again? Did it raise it a lower? Like,
It actually confirmed the spot it was in.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
And
always nice.
despite, it's a crazy movie.
It's fucking bonkers.
It was crazy the first time, and it was beyond hilarious the second time I watched it.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
was losing my mind laughing,
interesting.
and
Psychopath.
yeah.
You're a fucking monster.
Dude, it was funny
Boy, you
though.
crazy.
I laughed the whole
Call
way.
the
I'm the
clink.
Joker,
We gotta
baby.
admit him
But
immediately.
despite me disagreeing with how long some scenes linger on, there's
Like
some
that dance
things-
scene, the
Dance
first
scene
dance
lasted,
scene,
but
dude.
after the first dance scene.
It was like
the
conversations.
and it's
conversations.
and it's just cut to black, next conversation, and it's just that for
It's a little much.
It's I
Yeah.
think almost 28 minutes.
I think it was something like that. Yeah, I know
And-
the dance scene was like 15.
it was 15
So
minutes.
like,
And then despite me disagreeing with how long some scenes drag on, that's taking my best editing because the way they were able to convey people going from normal to completely drugged out of their mind cohesively blows my mind. Like as an editor watching that movie, I'm like, how did you put this together? And that's why I'm like, that's best editing for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
I get that.
That's my number 7.
My number 7 is 1917. This,
Jesus, you guys are fucking wrong.
1917. Of course, Roger Deakins' camera work.
Ooh, that's my fucking
Perfect.
boy.
Pretty
Talk
much
about a climax.
the one take approach. which I thought was handled really well, and it gave way to a lot of quiet moments, like Victor said. Let you linger on those. It trades spectacle for just like the hardships of getting place to place. You do feel you are boots on the ground with these two soldiers, and the setting of World War I, not often seen in cinema these days, but here,
it should be. It's fucking.
It really
awesome.
is. It is, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, you got the camera work, you got the amazing score that just constantly propels and it blares and all the best parts. All the action is really well done in this style. This one shootout in particular, I was just really happy with how it came together, and it was very satisfying to watch. And acting is really good. Directing is on point. I'd say it's a standout war film, beyond just the camera work. Even like it really does, like all those quiet moments and everything. It really does add up. So number 7.
Nice.
Number 7.
I think
Hamburger
I
butt
think-
lettuce.
Burger Bing butt better.
What do you think?
I think both of you guys are wrong.
Okay.
About that, but and in the most respectful way, because
Sure,
you guys
sure.
are my buddies. But
Right. But if we weren't, you want to kick our ass.
I might want to beat the fuck out of you right now. I might want to fight you.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
But everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion, so it's okay.
Oh!
Whoa! Hey! Zingers.
All right.
That's me.
Can you
slap
guys let
money.
me go, please?
Yeah.
Go
sorry.
number 7.
My number 7 is. Oh, I thought I moved it down more. Okay,
Oh.
whatever.
we go.
Under the Silver Lake.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? I totally forgot about that.
Bro.
Did that movie come out this year?
Yeah, like the very beginning, because it got a very messy release.
Oh my god! I thought that was a
But-
2018 movie.
Yeah, well, technically it is, but it's not really. This is just a weird and fun and just bizarre film. It has cults. It has sunny L.A. It has very strange and Andrew Garfield is in the center role, and his character is just
A loser.
something else. He is a loser, but he's so much fun to watch, and it's because
Yeah.
his performance is just so. I don't know, dude. He owns it.
grimy.
It's grimy
yeah.
and
It's grungy.
I didn't
and
feel.
Yeah.
I didn't feel clean watching.
sure.
No.
And I love how many little puzzles and mysteries that are
Yeah.
thrown throughout it, because there's just so much to follow, and
Isn't I'm sorry, man.
You're good.
Is Anthony Hopkins in this movie?
no.
Who's the piano guy?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I haven't looked
That's
it
what
up.
I'm saying. I think I thought it was, and it was someone. It was a well-known actor. I'm like, holy shit!
I'll have
They
to
got
look that
him
up.
in this movie. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. But the central mystery is just very entertaining to me. It's very funny. It's not as incoherent as Inherent Vice, but I could see those two pairing very well together.
Yeah.
And plus the score is bonkers. It's something else.
Yeah.
I love the film.
Yeah, the best way I could describe it, I told Victor this the other day in the car, is it's a really interesting mix of 40s noir mystery, 90s nostalgia, and an acid trip. I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty apt description.
Sure.
Sure.
Yep, that's my number 7.
Number 7, Chace.
Underrated, underappreciated.
Very underrated. I totally.
Dude,
I totally
everyone,
forgot.
no one even.
No one even saw it.
Okay, number 7 for me would have to be Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you
Uncut
go.
Gems. I was.
Hey, bro, you got wrong opinions. I'm just gonna let you keep it.
Yeah, you know.
But no, it was Uncut Gems. I thought was great. Adam Sandler was great for the first time in
A long
probably
time.
7 years. Like
yeah,
really
yes.
good. I mean, he was good in Funny People, and he was good in Punch Drunk Love. I think that's what it's called. Punch Drunk
Yeah,
Love.
like
But
20 years
He
ago.
was the
Exactly.
best in Happy Gilmore.
That was like 25 years ago. but no, yeah, I thought he was. I thought he did a really good time, a really good job. The movie was so fucking stressful.
Yeah.
Like
Big anxiety.
yeah, it's like the whole time you're like, God, this dude just can't make the right fucking decision. Like you're sitting there and he's like making all these bets and deals and you know, it's just, God, this guy he's just a fucking, he just loves his damn money. Like he's-
Yeah. And you just want to split your head in two.
exactly. I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time, but yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the cinematography was actually
Dude, yeah.
really stand out. Like for a for like a kind of under the radar movie, I guess. I mean, the only reason that it was above the radar, if we're being honest, was because of Adam Sandler's
They did
particular
bring
role.
it up. Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have been widespread enough to be, because
Yeah.
because what's the Afties?
Safdie.
Safdie. They did Good Time.
Right.
Yes.
With Pattinson.
And that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it also didn't get that much recognition because
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's big, but he was bigger when Twilight and shit was coming out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah, I thought Uncut Gems was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's was that my number 7?
That's your number
Yes,
7.
it
Number
is.
7. Okay.
Bada bing,
Right,
bada
right.
boom.
Bada bing, bada
That's
boom.
your
Hey,
number
Bada bing,
I'm gonna
bada
come.
Yup.
His funniest line in nearly 10 years.
He goes, I'm gonna fucking come.
Ryan, what do you got, baby?
Looking at that uncut gem, dude.
Kevin?
My number 6 is The Beach Bum.
Nice.
That was
Wicked.
a really fun movie. Moondog is one of my favorite characters I've seen realized and progressed through a story in a long time.
Hell yeah.
Great.
It's hilarious.
Very funny.
The writing is just so smooth. Mixed with the way it is edited, I love the way this movie's put together. It's paced beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Beach Bum number 6.
Did you watch it again recently, or?
I tried to. I only got through some of it, then I had to go.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
Just
distracting
wondering.
you these days?
I had to make
We don't need to
food.
get into that.
Oh,
That doesn't
food?
matter.
I have to cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some of us have to
eat
cook,
and
Nick.
stay
He's
I'm just
alive.
curious. I'm just curious.
He's got a foot disease he needs to take care of.
oh,
got a fetus
okay,
foot.
right. Put some
Yeah.
rice
I
on
thought you
it.
said fetus
His
foot.
dogs are barking.
I got a fetus foot. I got a fetus for a foot.
I got a little fetus foot. It's like
Gross.
a fucking legs and arms all
No, I
flopping
got
about.
like a whole fetus for a foot.
Yeah.
My number 666 is Joker.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
the Joker, baby.
Joker, baby.
4 tickets.
The most revolutionary piece of cinema in these modern times? Not quite, not really.
No, I
but
don't
but
think
for
so.
but for a comic book movie,
It's pretty standout.
pretty refreshing.
Yeah.
The taxi driver approach, not a bad framework to set your movie against. Joaquin Phoenix, holy crap! I didn't start truly appreciating him until like recently. I knew he was a good actor, but I didn't worship him like say you guys did.
Bro, he was sleepwalking through that movie. He did it in his sleep.
But he was fantastic,
Yeah.
though. I
Yeah.
liked his descent into madness. But at
That's
the
what I'm
same-
saying. He was effortless. It was.
But his descent into madness that at the same time makes him grow as a person. It's it's really good thing to think about. Sort
It's
of
a
thing.
really tragic movie.
It's
Like,
the right kind
it's
of
so
tragedy.
unfortunate that
Yeah.
that
The brooding
all-
score,
exactly.
the production design. Probably my favorite depiction of Gotham City I've seen
That's great.
in a movie.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It just
it's
feels like
early-
New York. That's what's so good about
Well-
it. It just feels like New York.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what.
I liked it though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what's so cool about it
Yeah.
because it doesn't feel like it's a comic book movie.
Well,
it feels like
And the lack of Batman iconography,
Lack of it, yeah.
really good. Like only maybe the necessary stuff, like the
I-
Arkham prison and whatnot.
I think that was fine. Arkham. It wasn't even a prison. It was like
Okay,
it
the
was like
state
an actual.
hospital.
But I thought that having Bruce Wayne in the movie at all was kind of a cop.
I didn't like that.
I
And like
didn't-
the fact that he I know at the point in time in the movie when he encounters Bruce Wayne, because obviously through trailers you know that they're going to encounter at some point. What he doesn't seem on character
Yeah.
at the time. That
Maybe.
seems later on, and I think they're I thought that they probably just could have cut that scene out, and they could have just had it as in that scene Alfred shows up, and I think if
Maybe.
they just had it with Alfred, I think it would have been fine.
perhaps.
Yeah, I think
perhaps.
that's
But
just-
then
So-
maybe it wouldn't have had the.
It's like a harmless, unnecessary scene.
So
you don't look at
think
it
the
and
scene
go.
should've been
You don't
there,
look at it
though?
and wish.
I think the scene should have been there. I just don't
but
think Bruce
without
Wayne.
Bruce.
Yeah, I
so
don't.
it would have the same impact, but without seeing.
Well, so
being
the
blunt about
exactly.
It.
So the
I
thing
got
the
you.
thing that had it that they needed that scene for is for the encounter with Thomas Wayne. That's why he's so pissed off, is because he's like you
It
blah,
does
blah, blah.
feel
you know
rushed.
you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
literally with that movie. That's the only thing I have an opinion
Sure,
about.
I'm fine with it. It's a harmless scene. I don't think it doesn't warrant like hating or anything like that. But
No, I don't think so.
Sure, but yeah. Anyways, Gotham City, the score, the camera work, a lot of deep focus, and
Yeah,
in
it's
that
beautiful.
vivid color palette, so beautiful. And the needle and the soundtrack, like
Oh, yeah.
the songs,
Jesus,
good
it's so
songs, good songs. It's really good. The violence, Really cool. Really cool.
Cool
I
violence,
enjoy the
bro.
film a lot. I enjoy the film a lot
Yeah.
as comic book Taxi Driver.
Cool.
And King of Comedy ripoff.
I didn't see King of Comedy.
All right.
Robert De Niro's in it, so he's okay. He gave the okay. He's like, you know what?
He's like, fine.
Fine. He's like, "No,
forget about it.
Do it.
Cool.
Do
You
it.
talking to me? I think you should do it if you're
All
talking
right.
to me.
Number 6. Number 6. The Lighthouse. Lighthouse. What do I say about it? I bought it recently. I haven't freaking watched it again. That was the plan before this.
Why?
Have you guys all seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Did you guys all see it
It
together?
was my honorable
No.
mention. It was an honorable mention.
Damn, I still haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I won't say much about it. It's just a very...
Ryan said that it's really fucking weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very enthralling. And
I concur.
the central themes are just...
Are there themes?
Weird. It's very sexualized and...
Wow.
Really? Fetishistic in a way.
That did not. Okay.
When
All
You
right.
just have to see it.
Okay,
That's all I'm
I'm
going to give
excited,
you.
I'm excited.
But the two performances, of course, are
Perfect.
out of this
My boy
world.
Will.
And
Perfect.
the dialogue is so well written, even if it's a little hard to follow at points, because it just sounds so authentic. And the look of the film is just
It's beautiful.
it's a dream.
Also
It is a dream.
farts.
And there's wicked fats in the movie. I hate you stinking fats.
You're fighting.
There's so many good monologues in the film. It's like unreal.
And it gets scary sometimes too.
There's some
One-
very eerie moments.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is so unsettling in that movie.
Yeah. So that's my number 6. Great movie.
Perfect. My number 6 is Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's higher. That's higher on my list than I would have expected.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you could have been like, all right, 2020 now,
Right.
like 6 months ago, past me.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what? Ford
What
versus Ferrari
tarnation?
wouldn't even be on my fucking radar.
Yeah.
But I saw it. And it was really good. It's a really good movie to see with your dad.
I was just about
Yeah.
to ask.
You know
It's
what
a
I mean?
dad film.
It's a dad movie, and it was,
Yeah.
and
That
so
makes
my dad
so much
actually
sense.
knew Shelby.
What?
I'm pretty sure he knew. If not knew, he had met him and like
okay.
encountered him before. My dad used to haul race cars around.
okay.
So he was telling me, he was like, after the movie, he was like, Matt Damon began to like in my head like started to look like him.
Wow.
And like so, and that's when actors doing his job is when you stop thinking of it as this is Matt Damon. You're like this is Carroll Shelby. This is Carroll Shelby doing this thing. And I thought Matt Damon's character was more, his performance was more standout than Christian Bale's.
Really?
In my opinion,
Okay.
not to say that Christian Bale's wasn't
yeah.
great,
It's
but
just
I think
interesting.
the emotion and stuff that comes from Matt Damon, like in his face.
Yeah.
Like when he's being like his serious self.
Yeah.
There's a scene, without spoiling anything, that he's doing an announcement.
Yeah.
At some like award presentation, and what's the other guy's name?
Ken Miles.
Ken Miles. Ken Miles is there with his son, and they're waiting for this announcement, and they're gonna, Carroll Shelby's gonna talk about him, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
And there's this emotion. He's wearing sunglasses, but you can see it in his face that he's like, "I'm so sorry, but I have to do this. This is my work. This is my job." And he's doing that all while wearing sunglasses, so you can't see his eyes.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can feel his emotion come through, and I was like, damn, this dude's
Nice.
fucking killing it. And then of course, like I said, Christian Bale is incredible.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
that
yeah.
damn Christian Bale,
Always a winner.
goddamn Batman coming through,
Yeah.
driving race cars.
Absolutely.
Number 5. Let's
Losing
start.
a
Let's
bunch
go.
of
Start top
weight.
5.
Ooh.
Number 5. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
And this one obviously is taking my best writing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dialogue, character progression, story, pacing, it's Tarantino, so of course the writing's good.
Yeah.
And it's relentless. For such a long movie, it never really slows down. It just keeps a pace and holds it from beginning to end.
Absolutely.
And it's a great movie. It's really fun. I really want to watch it again. I wish I watched it again before this because I think I would put it higher. But as for now, that's my number 5.
Yeah. It's Tarantino. You kind of just know.
My thing is, I actually really did not enjoy the movie at all.
Oh no.
Like In my opinion, the fact that it's nominated for Best Picture blows my mind.
Interesting.
And I
That's
just
crazy.
I can't really. My thing is like you can't sit down and explain to the people what the movie's about.
Yeah, I could.
You know what I mean? You could do it.
Yeah.
I cannot. I cannot sit down and be like, "What's the plot of this movie?"
Fading actor's trying to get his mojo back.
But not really, because you're following Brad Pitt the whole time essentially. Because you follow for the first half, and then it changes characters, and you're focused on the other half. If there was like,
I see
Well,
where your
Cliff-
complaint
you know
is.
what I mean? Like,
I see
Cliff
what
is
you're
also
saying.
trying to find his
Absolutely.
place in the world too.
but then he doesn't.
he kind of does.
No, he doesn't. In my opinion, but we can talk about this later. But
That's another video. That's another podcast.
I can absolutely see why people are like, "Wow, this movie's great." I didn't see it that way. The writing, of course, dialogue is incredible because, like I said, it's fucking Tarantino. It's great. You're not gonna
it's
find
smooth
better
like butter.
dialogue in a movie anywhere else.
Pretty much.
You know, like he writes great dialogue. And I think if he was, since Oscar season is now upon us and it's coming up, if he was to win Best Original Screenplay, I would not be disappointed or surprised.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, don't cry in front of the Mexicans.
Yeah. What?
That's
Huh?
it's in the
Hello?
movie.
What?
It's in the movie.
What's happening?
What did he say?
Number 5.
Did he just say?
Number 5.
Number 5. Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
like they say, it's a stress-induced panic attack the more you watch the movie, but the best kind you want to sit through. Adam Sandler truly transformed. He gave a performance. You didn't see any trace of that crazy golfer or that guy sitting in a kindergarten class. You didn't see any trace of that a lot. You guys stink. You know that.
No, I'm saying I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, stinky.
Him and the rest of the cast do a fantastic job. The camera work is retro, the best kind of retro.
Hell yeah.
I'm talking zooms. I'm talking colors. I'm
really-
talking glamour. I'm talking or dirty glamour rather.
Yeah. It's like dirty chic.
Excellent synthesizer score. Just when I thought I needed a break from synthesizers, I was like, no, okay, Safdies, you won me over. It's bitchin'. It's really good. The plot keeps you on your toes the entire way through until a crucial clutch cargo moment that just like my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And Kevin Garnett is a good actor.
Yeah, dude.
Who saw
KG,
that
bro.
He
coming?
was great. KG.
KG, man.
Hey, KG,
never
bro,
gonna
come look at
believe
this.
this, KG.
KG, don't lean on that. Hey, man, please do me a favor. Don't lean on that.
Crash!
I told you not to fucking lean on.
An excellent thriller.
It's good.
An excellent thriller.
Absolutely.
My number. What number are we doing?
5.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Wait, we sunk up on that one.
Yeah, we did.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is another film I really need to see again. But I just remember being so just sitting back in my chair at the Cinerama and just being like, you know what?
Ooh, the Cinerama, you lucky bitch.
Oh, it was not the Cinerama. I lied. It was the Uptown in Seattle.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
This guy.
Fine.
But I just remember sitting there and just watching for 2.5 hours, just being like, yeah, this is my jam. This is my jam. Like, I agree with Chace. It kind of doesn't really have a clear focus in a way. It's very
aimless.
kind of all over the place. But I just like the dynamic between Brad Pitt and DiCaprio, and even when they go their separate routes, just this friendship they have. It's so well realized, and
Yeah.
60s LA, of course. It's just
Beautiful.
It's so crazy.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, and there's so many moments in it. I'm just like, oh, Tarantino, my guy. Like, it's
I completely
like
I agree
there's
with
one
that.
shot in particular. It's the Manson girls walking towards the camera. And it's in this very deep focus shot, and the sun's behind them, and it's this very just. You can just see it on an album cover from a '60s vinyl. It was phenomenal, and then the ending is so.
It's
Like besides
10
the violent,
out of 10.
besides the violence, like
It's
the very
fucking
ending
hilarious,
scene, it's
too.
just like it hits hard. It's just like Tarantino was like, I'm saving the '60s in his own way,
Yeah.
because to him it's like film, like I gotta preserve my, it's just it was
And
beautiful. It's a
I
beautiful
love
ending.
it.
with that, My thing with so
Yeah.
I probably have a bias
wanna
because
hear it,
I'm
yeah.
not really a fan of Tarantino.
Yeah.
He comes off, and this is you all are probably gonna go, what?
No.
The same way that that I feel about Christopher Nolan is I feel that they're kind of pretentious in their filmmaking.
Tarantino's
I
so
totally
fucking
It's only
badass.
pretentious if you don't like him.
Tarantino's really
but
he's all about himself, dude. He's pretentious. Absolutely.
I know, and that bothers me as someone who like all of us have been on set and watched. I mean, we've seen good directors, we've seen shitty directors. The ones that are, this is my movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's I mean, like I said, never worked with Tarantino. If I get a chance to work with Tarantino, it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I don't like the guy, I'm not going to do it. Fuck that. That's a Tarantino movie. I'm going to absolutely be in that shit. You know,
You got one more chance, buddy.
like so I know, right? Star Trek. Hey, I think that he's doing a Star Trek movie. That's his last movie.
That's gonna be the one I'm not gonna want to see if he does that.
What? You don't like Star Trek?
agree, I agree.
I want him to do his own original work. I don't want him
That'd
to
be
pick
cool.
something
Okay,
else
I understand
up.
that.
He adapted a book. What do you call that?
But like I said, I can completely understand. Like the last 10 minutes of this movie, or probably the last. I don't
20.
know. I think
probably
20
or 30
25.
25 minutes.
It's fucking hilarious.
I love it.
It was probably some of the funniest I've seen either Brad Pitt or DiCaprio in a
absolutely.
long time.
God.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Fight Club, Brad Pitt is incredible. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Brad Pitt, I really liked. Ocean's, Brad Pitt, super
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But you can't really go to like a Leo. You can't go to Leo and be like, you know what? This guy's got comedy chops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe, yeah.
like I mean, I guess his funniest would probably be like
Revenant.
Revolutionary.
Revenant. You think Revenant?
No, you're lying. It's Revolutionary Road.
I haven't seen that one.
It's so
like
depressing.
either.
It's so
I know.
depressing.
Gangs
Sure
of
is.
New York is his funniest role.
But like I said, so I'm not saying it's just I have a weird bias with him, and like I said,
That's fair.
Especially Christopher Nolan. I have
Okay, yeah.
people are like, oh, he made Dark Knight, so every movie he's gonna make after this is gonna be fucking incredible. When it's like, was Inception really that good?
It really was.
Did you seriously think Inception was that good? Because if you do,
Yes.
then that's awesome. But I saw.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm younger than all three of you. That's
fair.
So I saw it when I was younger. I probably should watch it again, and I'll probably change my mind.
When,
Yes.
when you
I
get
I know
older,
the visuals are absolutely when I get older. I know the visuals are insane. They're amazing. But I don't know. I just
When you get down to the real meat of the bone in that movie, I think when you see it older, when you grow up,
want to grow up. Yeah.
but even now, just watch it now, and like I think you'll understand and appreciate more of the what's really going on
Yeah.
with Leo's character. But
Okay,
that's
cool.
For another day.
I also haven't seen Interstellar.
All right, well I'm out.
Which I've had it spoiled for me, which is
sucks.
fucking unfortunate. But that's also one that's going to be on it's my roommate's favorite movie, so I'm going to watch it ASAP. But okay,
crazy.
So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, number 5.
my number 5 is going to be surprising. It's actually Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Okay.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
I
Jimmy
loved
Fallon movie?
I loved Rocket Man.
Good time,
like,
good
a
time.
lot. It was on my it was on my number 1 for a while actually
Whoa.
of the year. I was like I loved it. It made me cry. It made me laugh. Like it was and Taron Egerton. I think
yes.
is that his name?
Yeah, Taron.
Am I thinking of it? Okay,
Taron
yeah,
Egerton.
Taron Egerton.
Are you thinking of the other
I'm saying I was Joel Edgerton. Okay, that's
Joel
who I was.
Edgerton.
That's who I was thinking I was getting mixed up with.
Right.
But he was in The King, by the way, on Netflix, and The King's actually a pretty decent movie.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I thought Rocket Man was super fun. I love Elton John.
Yeah.
And he has a really sad life, and
Yeah.
seeing him overcome that and embrace his sexuality and all that, like, it's really cool. There's some points that points in his life that kind of drag on in this movie,
Sure.
like a little longer than some. There's some stuff that's super rushed, like his whole marriage to a woman thing happens
Yeah.
in 5 minutes and then it's no longer a thing.
Actually,
like,
kind of like the whole ending seemed rushed.
yeah,
to
it
me.
seems I liked the build up to in the start of the movie he's checking himself into like an AA meeting.
Yeah.
And the build up to we build up to that moment when he's walking into the AA meeting, and I love when movies do that. I'm a sucker for shit like that.
Yeah,
and people a lot of people don't like it. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, this
starting
is-
in the middle. Yeah.
I kind of dig it. I like working our way. You start somewhere in the end, and then you work your way back to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tarantino did that all
Cloudy
the
with a
time.
chance of
back in the
meatballs.
Yeah.
True.
Not even the Chainsaw.
True.
But,
Great movie.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Rocketman.
I
a
did
lot.
too. Because they're so similar. I'm just saying this. Rocketman does a lot of things better than what Bohemian Rhapsody did.
Absolutely. The editing for one.
I like the. I didn't expect the musical structure, but it works really well.
Yeah.
Integrating all his classics.
I loved it.
Even his songs that you kind of don't.
It gave me
as much.
really. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but you probably actually have seen it. It's called Across the Universe.
Yep.
It's based on the Beatles music,
Oh.
and it's wonderful. It's actually really good. It's not the best movie, but it's a really good time. And it's the songs are done in the same way, where it's an actual like classical musical type singing and stuff, where it's like the people around the ensemble around them doesn't realize that they're singing or whatever. Like it's one of those.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the musical structure. Taron Egerton. I see a good future for
Oh,
this
absolutely.
kid.
He had a crazy past couple years.
From Kingsman to this thing.
Yeah.
Just wow.
I mean, unfortunately, he did Robin Hood, which
Well, I didn't see that yet.
good. It was
I'm gonna see it.
one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I'll be the judge of that. Also,
You're not in my life, though. You're not my life.
Also, hats off to the costume designers. A lot of those,
absolutely.
I recognize a lot of those costumes,
Iconic.
and if not, my mother was behind me saying like, "Oh, I remember that one. That's one right there," sort of thing.
The sparkly
she's
baseball
big on
jumpsuit.
Elton.
Man.
She's big on.
He's
Elton.
great. I thought the movie was fantastic. I loved the Joel Edgerton. Taron Egerton. He really did a fantastic job.
I like Jamie Bell as Bernie.
Yeah,
Those
their
two-
relationship, their dynamic in the
Ramon!
relationship was really nice.
I like that a lot. That was like that's another kind of like awesome duo.
Yeah.
Uplifting duo.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my number 5.
Goody.
Right, we are down into the top 4.
Nice.
Crazy.
Here we go. Here
Late
we go.
It's only been an hour.
It's only been an hour.
It's only taken us an hour to get
only
through
taken an hour
fucking
to get
6
to
Oh my
movies.
god.
Wow, we
Jeez,
suck,
it's 6
bro.
in the morning and it's late and we're all tired.
I haven't showered in a week.
I got Midsummer.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
It didn't take best in any category because I thought it was. I had more fun than I think it was great, and I think that's what it is. I really like the movie, preferably the director's cut.
Me too.
The opening of the movie's tone was
Jesus
straight
Christ.
out of Hereditary.
Yeah.
And that really sunk me in because I was like, good, it's the same dark, cold, nasty, brooding tone that Hereditary brought me. And then it completely 180s, and it's
bright
totally
and
different.
beautiful and
Gorgeous. And then they start adding these little visual effects throughout the whole movie.
Oh.
And there's
Yeah, the
faces
warping
hidden
and
throughout the
everything.
movie.
Yeah.
And I was
That was
like,
a trip.
this. And again, like you were saying, Victor, with Danny,
Right. Yeah.
her as a
It's
character
remarkable.
is so
insane.
great
It's
to
amazing.
watch. I loved it. Super suspenseful. I just dug it. The whole movie. I'm always down to watch it.
absolutely
it's
every
so
time.
much
It
fun.
was
All the
very
time.
nice of them to make a movie out of Faith's region from Far Cry 5.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Just a little more European twang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit of the hinga-dinga-durgan, you know?
The
It's Lee Ferrick's a
hingadingas.
day every day. Okay, my number 4 is Little Women.
Okay.
I did not expect this to get as high as it did, but one
Especially for an action man, too.
Yeah.
That you lean more action.
Right?
But it is
these days.
badass.
So there's a
It is
lot
a
of,
bad. It's
badass.
some badass
those
stuff
ladies
happening.
kill it.
so there's
I
a
mean
lot
that.
of car chases and shootouts.
Yeah.
is
it's,
what I'm
it's
hearing.
like
No.
carriages, though, like horses. They're like, you know?
Got it. So muskets.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, one afternoon with my mother and my grandmother changed everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Little Women, the Agatha Christie story. It's a classic. Not one I
It
was
is
familiar.
Agatha Christie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Or not,
Jesus,
not
you-
Agatha Christie. It was fuck.
Panic attack setting in. Here we go.
Oh, no.
He's
oh,
got
no.
it.
Please stand
Oh,
by.
no.
He's
I
got
can't
it.
remember right now, but it's a classic story that I was brought to attention to this movie. What did you whisper?
I don't think he actually knows it, bro.
I know who it is. They said it all
James
day
Dean.
that day. I just can't remember.
Yeah. It's all good.
Classic story that I'm now glad I know about. The acting is 100% firing on all cylinders. All the little women, they have a great sibling chemistry. They have a great sibling chemistry
It's
with one
perfect.
another. It feels like theater almost. Like the way they bounce off each other. It's very uplifting and homey sort of thing. When all 4 of them are together, you just feel like you're in this safe space. You can just kind of chill with
It's
them.
the embodiment of cozy cinema.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Another Florence Pugh.
Florence
Yeah.
Florence Pugh. Okay, if I'm not saying I'd fight Zach Braff, but if I saw him,
I did not hear that. I did not hear that correctly. That was not where I thought you were going to take that, my man.
no, she I will fight for her honor if I get the chance.
Zach Braff? What do you mean?
She's
It's
dating
Florence
Zach
Pugh.
Braff.
She's
She's dating Zach Braff?
the guy from Scrubs.
Hell yeah, dude. Hats off to him. Funny Boys for the win, bro. I'm saying.
Boys.
Yes.
Saying.
She was my favorite performance in the movie, but Saoirse Ronan is is very
the
charming.
best.
Always.
Emma Watson, Hermione, of course, one of her best roles lately. Laura Dern, she's the best kind of mother you want in a movie. And then that Chalamet kid, not
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet,
He's.
just being a goddamn snack.
I think he's going to be one of the greatest
He
actors
is.
of
I can
like
see
our
it.
generation.
I can
or
see it.
like bigger than that. He's going to be of the new millennia.
He's
Like,
gonna be the new DiCaprio.
He's fucking incredible. And
He
he's going to
is.
be in Dune next
Really?
December.
Really? Okay.
Or-
is he?
Yeah, he's going to be in Dune. He's the main character in
That's
Dune.
right.
Didn't
And
know
so
that.
I'm Denny Villeneuve. Hey, that's my
Yeah.
fucking man.
Dennis,
Yes,
my
yes.
boy,
Dennis.
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 Love me, Dennis.
That's it.
Wait, you say December?
December.
It got
I think
pushed
so.
in it.
Or November or something like
November, I think it was. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, the acting all around is just very charming. I just love watching these people interact with each other. And
Nice.
Greta Gerwig's writing and directing. I missed out on Little Bird, Lady Bird.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Have you
didn't
seen
think-
it at all yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh, wow. It's fantastic.
But yeah, please get her some more work. Please get her some more films. She'll always be that. She's no longer just that girl that gets her head blown off in House of the Devil.
She was in House of the Devil?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I know her as the director. I know her as the director of
Yeah.
of movies.
well,
I didn't
why-
know she was an actress.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, she is. Noah
bit
Baumbach.
parts a lot. I think
Noah
it is.
Baumbach.
Baumbach. Yeah,
Baumbach.
Yeah, they're married.
they are.
She's a great director. She's a good writer, and everything else is firing. Good camera work. I love seeing the old 1860s sceneries and whatnot. The color palettes, how they use those. Very well done. Very well done.
Nice.
It's just a very nice watch. It does get when it gets serious though. It doesn't drop so much you want to like slit your wrists or anything like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it maintains like maybe like on the depressionometer, it's like at a 5 at its lowest point. But then it shoots right back up, and
I
it's
don't
all.
mind, I don't mind a good depressing movie.
I
It's
like
very
'em.
Kinda like it.
comfortably numb. Let's just say that. It's very like a cozy sadness. Like
Yeah.
when you think about
understand.
the good times when you and your family were
like a
together when you were
bittersweet-
young. Yeah,
Bittersweet.
it's very
It's like
bittersweet.
reminiscing.
Bitter-
It's like
Bittersweet,
growing
there
up
you
and
go.
just looking back and like, man,
Driving past your old house.
Yes.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Bittersweet is the best word to describe it. But otherwise, it's a very charming and adorable kind of film
Nice.
that I did not expect to love as.
I'm excited.
As
I'm excited to
much.
see it. I'm excited. To
Do
see it.
it.
I'm
Do
probably
it.
going to go see it next week.
Do it.
Sequels, Big Women.
No, there's
I'm
like
funny, right?
There is a sequel book that the writer wrote.
Big women.
It's not Big Women.
All right. What's your number
Oh.
4?
For
My number 4 is Apollo 11.
the documentary.
The documentary. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I didn't know documentaries were on this list, but okay.
Unbelievable.
I'm just.
I don't see enough documentaries, and I need to
Me
make
neither.
more of an effort. But it's just as simple as it's just Apollo 11 landing footage and the preparation getting to that point through their failures and their accomplishments.
Wow.
And I saw it on IMAX, and it
Oh, wow.
blew me away, literally. It's just a simple film. I mean, there's not much to it. Whoa!
Ooh.
I'm just
Blowing.
a sucker for the 70s and just for old grainy film footage and,
Oh, yeah.
and seeing
Absolutely.
the culture back then and how people dressed and how they acted and just old technology in general is
Yes.
just like super fascinating to see and just teamwork and just what people can do when they come together and do something great.
The space race is such a great subject for
It
that.
is, yeah.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you: when I watched trailers, it struck me off as kind of like a "they shall not grow old" type deal. How would you say it stacks up in that regard?
Where it's heavily remastered.
well, not, yeah, heavily remastered, and it's kind of like this event sort of thing. Like we have this.
Yeah. So,
footage.
well, what kind of makes it that way is, or Repeat that last part.
Well, like it's like in terms of it being like this event sort of thing. We restored all this footage. We have this new look into the past kind of thing.
I know a lot of this has probably been seen before. Like, I don't think all this is entirely new footage. I know it's not. There is some stuff that hasn't been released, I guess, before this film came out. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like revolutionary. It's
Sure.
As far as like documentaries go, it's just a bit more entertaining, and because there's not any narration, there's no like interviews. If there's interviews, it's in the time period. It's from
It's
the
actual
people.
interviews from
right,
the
right. But yeah, highly recommend that one.
Nice.
Julio.
Okay, my number 4.
Yeah.
What do we got?
My number 4 is Knives Out.
Hell yeah.
Knives Out was such a goddamn fun time.
I loved it.
Like, and for everyone saying that, like, after Last Jedi, Rian Johnson is like not a good director.
Oh my God.
My thing is like
That's
he's fantastic.
Yeah, that's just Star Wars fans.
My thing, it's Star Wars fans, and as a Star Wars fan myself, I personally did not like. I didn't really vibe with Last Jedi.
Pass the vibe check.
But it didn't pass the vibe check with me. But I don't think that's. I wouldn't go as far as to say that's Rian Johnson's fault. I think that's just, he wanted to do something different, and Star Wars fans are pussies.
And
about
it was just
shit.
him writing that
They
movie.
kind of
Exactly, it was
are.
just him.
Like, this is his first franchise film.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just like, give him a fucking
This is
break.
like when it reminds me of how Gareth Edwards was received when he did Godzilla.
Oh, yeah,
He
it's-
tried
what do
something
you expect?
different, and half the people didn't dig it so much.
But
yeah.
I mean, Rocket. I said Rocket League. I was going with that. Rocket League's really great.
game.
Rocket League was an exceptional film. It was very breakneck, and it was just
All
fun.
right, let Chase finish.
Knives Out was it was super fun. I thought Daniel Craig is hilarious.
A hoot, as it were.
Yeah, he's a hoot. I suspect foul play.
Perfect.
This donut hole has turned into a even smaller donut. But no, I thought he was great. Ana de Armas is
Oh yeah.
is stunning. She's incredible in this movie. Like the performance is really nice.
All the cast really.
like I mean the standouts are obviously Ana de Armas, Daniel Craig, and Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Chris Evans was also really great.
Got to play a dick finally.
I know it was nice. It kind of reminded me of Johnny Storm from old Fantastic Four, but I know we don't like to talk about that one. But yeah, I would say Knives Out is a nice like solid 4 on my best of the year.
That's not bad.
Good for. We are down to top 3.
We're going to 3.
Is everyone comfortable with their positions of their top 3?
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
check.
moving
Yes,
mine-
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
moving
good.
mine right
Moving
now.
my- all right.
All right.
All right. My number 3 is The Irishman.
There you
Ooh.
go.
You
finished it?
This
Did you finish it?
I need to watch it in one go though.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair
enough.
okay.
That.
All right.
I watched
But-
it in 3 parts, so yeah.
Thank you. Me
Yeah, I
too.
watched it in
had to-
parts. You can't sit for 3.5 hours unless you're in a fucking
You really
theater.
could.
Unless you're in a theater,
What's
you get
that,
too distracted.
Mr. Avengers? 3 times?
I know, but I was in a theater. I haven't watched it at all since out of theaters.
Oh,
Too many distractions.
Yeah.
sure.
You know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But The Irishman is going to be taking my best direction, and it's also going to be taking my best lighting. This movie's gorgeous, and it knew exactly what it wanted to be, and it did it effortlessly. It almost took best performance for me, but not quite. And I mean, what's wrong with the movie?
Yeah.
Now,
really nothing.
now wait, for something like this, you're going to want 2 guns. The one you're going to use and a backup.
In the backup.
In the backup.
I mean the effects that they essentially like we were talking about deep fakes, right?
Right.
So essentially this entire movie was done with a really 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 high enhanced deep fake.
It was good.
And it's crazy that they're able to make it look like photoreal. Like they
Yes.
don't there's never I mean there's a couple points in the movie like specifically Robert De Niro's eyes.
yes.
The
Yeah.
blue eyes
Like
were,
I don't know
Wow.
his eyes aren't actually blue, are they?
No, they're not.
I thought they were green in the
But
film.
they're bright blue because
Yes, like
right.
Daniel
Yeah,
Craig.
yeah,
because
blue.
Frank
Okay.
Frank Sheeran has these bright blue eyes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, there's never only other than that. There's never a moment where you're like,
Yeah.
"Wow, this looks like shit." You know,
Right.
like this
It
looks.
was, it was
looks
weird for
CG.
me, like at the start, because I know what they look like now, and my
Exactly.
brain
Yeah.
is just like
And
trying
the fact
to
that
fight
it
it.
also cuts back and forth to what they look like now too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's never a moment where you're like,
No,
this,
it worked for
you know.
me. It's such a good movie. Ugh. I was telling Victor when we all went bowling one time, I cried at a scene that had nothing impactful.
That's right.
Just because
I
it
remember
was
that.
so good. I was like, this is such a genuine, just a film. I just started crying. I'm like, I can't handle this.
Good. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I
You
haven't had a movie do that to me in 2 years, and that makes me sad.
This movie
Oh,
did make
what
me.
did it to you?
Blade Runner.
Yes. Yes, it
The
did.
original or 2049?
2049.
Okay.
20. It's, as you guys, as I've
Yeah.
said before, 2049 is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh wow. Okay.
And yeah, I cried in the theater watching it each time I watched it.
Nice.
Good.
So I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, The Irishman. I felt like crying afterwards. I felt like just thinking about it. It's a movie that makes it. This is a rare movie these days. It makes you think after the credits roll. I was thinking about it maybe the day after, and I just kind of got down for a little bit. It like just makes you reflect on all that happened in that film.
Well, the way they handled this almost took best editing too, but I was like, this can't take all my best stuff.
Yeah,
But
it's happened.
the way they did the editing, where it would just stop and then tell you this guy's dead, and this is
love
how
that.
he.
I love
title
that.
card.
I was
love
like, huh?
Just
I love it.
That was
and then that
amazing.
and that ever so subtle zoom effect on,
Dude,
on
their
faces.
the
was great.
editing was fantastic.
Totally good.
Nice spot at number. What was that?
Three.
Three.
You're up, Nick. What's 3?
My
You're
number
number
three is Death Wish 3. Oh wait, hold on. No, it's not. It's The Irishman.
Oh, we sung
We
up.
sync up. Yeah, amazing performances. The de-aging special effects are really easy to get used to. Pretty as good as probably the Marvel films.
Which is crazy to think about how, like, if you look
Yeah.
back, like Rogue One, when
Yeah. Well,
when
it got
Yikes.
better in that.
no,
movie.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
I actually go back further, like Tron Legacy, even.
yeah,
Jeff Bridges.
when I first saw that in theaters, I mean, again, I was a kid. I had no fucking clue that it was Clue. Get it? Ha! That's his name in the movie. Is Clue.
Oh yeah.
That's me slapping my knee.
He's slapping his knee good.
But yeah, it's crazy to see how far we've come in the last
really is, yeah.
decade.
And on top of that, you have this really amazing story. It's Scorsese at his most homey. He's with gangsters. He knows what to do here.
He's with the boys.
He's with the boys. There's violence. There's crass humor. There's 60s, 70s fashion. And the soundtrack. Okay, probably not the most standout soundtrack as far as Scorsese is concerned, but the needle drops are really good. And 2 in particular have stuck with me since I watched it. And I was going to do this in 3 parts, but I ended up just watching the whole freaking thing in the one night.
Good for you. I wish I could do that, but my attention
Me
span
too.
is too damn short.
I'm wholly devoted to cinema. I've trained myself.
Oh, okay. I'm not wholly devoted to cinema. I guess.
Guess
I
not.
gotta fucking eat sometimes and take shits.
Well, not that wholly
damn it.
devoted.
Nick's like, my shit can wait. Scorsese's on.
Joe Pesci coming out of retirement. My goodness, incredible performance.
Barely.
He's
He
right
was
out of the
just
wheelchair,
sleep in
bro.
that
Yeah,
car,
straight
dude.
Fine. I had
He wasn't his typical shouty self. He was
Oh,
more
yeah.
restrained, and you
I
could
know.
he could feel like the grudges he held.
He
in people.
was incredible.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And De Niro. Oh goodness,
De Niro's De Niro,
One of his
man.
best. One of his
Always
best
good.
roles, I think. And then oh my goodness, I can go on and on. The acting is amazing. Just the story is fantastic to get wrapped up in. I loved it a lot.
It was really good. It was very, very good.
All right, my number 3 is Uncut Gems.
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
KG, take a look.
is.
Right there.
I've seen this twice, thankfully, and the second time it just got so much better. It's
Really?
just like
Okay, cool.
absolutely.
I think you just came.
I just came.
I'm gonna fucking come.
I just love seeing this character, Howard Sandler's character, just his downward spiral from the very beginning. He's just, like Chace says, making every wrong move. Like, he's selling things off, he's pawning things off that he shouldn't be pawning off. He's not going to be able to pay them back, and he knows that, but he thinks, hey, the next time, I'll get the money. I'll get the money for you, like, no big
double
deal.
it.
I'll double it.
it.
But it just doesn't work out. And seeing this, it's just like, you just watch him, you're like, damn, dude.
What are you
What are you
wrong
doing
with you?
But like it's sad, because everyone around him, you're seeing this ripple effect on everyone else, from his family to his wife, and you can just see it in their faces. They're just like, how or what are you doing? And by the end, it's just a stellar film, and
A deep cut.
everything from the soundtrack, which what's his name, Daniel Lopatin, he's goes under One O Tricks Point Never, his artist name. It's such a weird and original, unique score. I haven't heard anything like it, not a thing like it in a film, especially one that kind of takes elements of like a 70s character piece, and especially with the cinematography, like what Nick said, a lot of zooms and a lot of faraway shots, and it's just a beautiful, it's very textured film, and I could just talk about everything about this movie. I just love it.
It almost
I
took
love
my
it.
best score.
Did it?
It almost did. It was such a good score.
Yeah. And then the sound design, I'll go into that later. Fucking blew my mind. But yeah, that's my number 3 on Uncut Gems. I'm feeling the gem.
I wish I paid more attention to score and stuff, but it's like, that's why I usually watch every movie twice.
Sure.
So the first one around is my just initial, like, did I enjoy it? Did I not?
Yeah.
Second time around is, okay, what did I enjoy? What did I not?
Yeah. It's
You know what I
essential.
mean?
It's essential.
Like Star Wars, I saw twice. The new one I liked it the first time. Surprisingly, second time I was like, this is fucking awful.
Well,
I was like,
it's not a total train wreck.
in my opinion, I thought it was.
That's my gut reaction.
Yeah.
That's just my natural thing. Nothing.
No,
on you, man.
no, I understand. I thought it was bad. But we're not talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about your number 3.
My number 3. My number 3 is Joker.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, baby.
When I first saw Joker, I've never been like freaked out in movie theaters before, but I got such a weird vibe.
Yeah.
I said vibe like probably 6 times during
Vibe
this,
check.
but I got such a weird like feeling,
Like uncomfortable?
uncomfortable in the way that it deals with really, really like sensitive subject matter, right?
Yeah.
And it's handled in a way that is potentially very dangerous if you don't understand the fact that this is a movie, and this is it's essentially an anti-bullying, pro mental health.
Yes.
Right? So that's essentially
I can
what,
see that,
right?
yeah.
And so if someone who is unstable happens to see this movie and not understand that, they could go, look at this guy now. Look how happy he is doing all this shit.
Well,
you know, that's the part that freaks me out. And so that was my first, in the theater, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I got freaked out. I'm like, I feel like I need to leave. Like, I feel unsafe at the moment.
Sure.
And then the more I watched, I was so infatuated with Joaquin Phoenix that I was like, I can't fucking leave. I can't do that. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna if someone shoots the theater up right now, I'm taking a fucking bullet for Joaquin Phoenix. You know, but no, I thought everything from Nick, like you were saying, the score is the soundtrack is fucking amazing.
Yes.
And one of my favorite moments of film this year is the final the reveal of Joker fully suited up with the makeup and the
Gary Glitter music
and the
going
Gary
on.
the pedophile Gary Glitter music playing in the background and the dance on the stairs. I was just, every time I see it, I'm just fucking smiling, and I'm like, oh my god, the whole movie I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
And it's probably my favorite scene of this year.
Sure.
Is just amazing.
Where I get hype is that police car ride through Gotham set to Cream music. That's my hype music.
I like
right there.
the ending as well.
I think I did.
The ending is I like the ambiguous ending. I do think it's the movie is overhyped. I think people are acting like it's the greatest thing since fucking Citizen Kane, which is
to be fair, that's mostly comic book fans, right?
Exactly.
there.
Everyone's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And my first initial review for the movie after the first viewing was this is probably one of the greatest pieces of cinema I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And it might be, I don't know, but it's definitely not in my head. I can think of like 5 standout movies that have stuck with me my whole life, and that this is not going to be one of them. Which I feel like I'm slamming my number 3 right now, right?
No.
But no, I loved it so very much.
Yeah.
But I think that people need to just calm the fuck down about it because
Sure,
it's
yeah.
not
Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
it's good, but it's not as good as they're making it out to be. In my opinion.
One thing you
agree,
brought up
hard
was
to
like the
agree.
subject matter and everything. I think that's where Todd Phillips kind of impresses me the most, because he's mostly done comedy films.
Yeah.
And to helm,
I mean, Hangover, Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Those are I mean all I don't care what you say.
Those are good commentaries
I like
on
the first Hangover.
mental illness.
Yeah, Hangover.
No, but like a guy like Todd Phillips, who's done mostly comedies,
Mm-hmm.
him to tackle a subject matter like this and also
absolutely.
reinvent like comic book films in this current day and age, it shows like his talent to a
Yeah, no.
degree.
Absolutely.
What he can do.
That's another reason why like you look at like the MCU movies. They bring in comic writers because comic writers know they know what's actually serious and what can be laughed at. You know what I mean? So like you bring in I mean using Taika Waititi as an example is not really the best example because I mean Thor Ragnarok is one of the
One of my
funniest movies
favorite
in
Marvel
the MCU.
films. Oh God.
Probably that Ragnarok, and then in my opinion, Guardians, the first Guardians is
Yeah.
I think, but no, I think having someone that writes comedy, coming and having them do something that's drama or suspense or something like that is they know the beats, they know what needs to be in certain places, what doesn't need to be there, and strip the fat. But yeah, I mean, Joker. I think I'm confident with Joker at my number 3. I moved it. It was my number 2.
Was it?
And I moved it for my number 2, and I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see number 2.
I
Speaking
hope.
of which, what's your number 2, Ryan?
My number 2 is what your number 2 was. Mine's Joker.
Oh, okay. We almost matched up.
We almost matched up.
Damn.
Almost on that same wavelength.
Nope.
Just about.
Not on the same
Just
vibe.
about. I just had a great time with
Vibe
it.
check.
Like you were saying, it's not the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
But I just
It's fun.
love the vibe, the tone, all of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
I dug it.
It's fantastic.
And that's going to take my best score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
the original music in it is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And Joaquin Phoenix almost took best performance. I just
I love me some Joaquin.
Such a good movie. It's very realistic.
All
All
right,
right,
you're up,
Nick.
I'm up, Nick.
Number 8.
Number 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. We're doing the top 10.
Yeah, shut up, Victor. Oh, he's sleeping.
Quick, get his bottle and some warm water.
Next, go.
Number 2 is Knives Out.
Yeah.
I love this movie. It was whodunit mystery thriller. You don't see those movies anymore.
So fun.
Ryan Johnson killed it with this one. Not only does he like respect the genre and elevate it, but he's constantly keeping you on your toes. It's one thing if it's a good whodunit. The Xbox just turned on. I got really sidetracked. It's one thing if it's a good whodunit thriller and you can predict where it's going and still like it. This one constantly feeds you new information and has you second guessing almost the entire way. I really dug that about it. And the cast is immense,
very
super
good.
talented,
hilarious.
and they're all
Hilarious,
amazing.
yeah.
But Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, and Chris Evans, they are the main
Stand
players.
out. Yeah.
Evans was really funny. He's so funny. He really embraces the dickhead nature of this character. No trace of Captain America in him at
No.
all. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, love them all.
Don fucking Johnson.
Don Johnson.
Goddamn.
Sonny Crockett.
God.
God. Yeah. The camera work, so good, so lateral, so perfect.
Yeah.
Editing rhythm, not bad. A good score, and just the whole style of it. Like this is a rarity for me. My theater was semi-talkative actually. Normally I would not dig that, but it was like a mass party watch in a public area. Sort of like almost like Rocky Horror midnight show type of vibe.
Yeah.
and I did not mind it for the most part.
That's how my Us viewing was.
Yeah.
Everyone, it was great because I talked through my fear, so I was hoping I was alone. I was like, shit, but everyone else was like, no, don't do it, bitch, don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, don't do it. It was fun.
This one was a lot of fun. We were hooting and hollering at jokes, and we were shocked at all the plot twists and whatnot. It was a fun time at the movies,
Nice.
and I liked it a lot. I loved it actually.
It's great.
A good old
It's a
time.
fantastic film.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
All right, epic film moment number 2 is The Irishman.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Solidarity. What to say? I was lucky enough to sit in the theater for 3.5 hours.
You lucky bitch.
And
Damn
not get distracted like you guys over there
My
in the
bladder
corner.
wouldn't let me
I
do
didn't
that.
get
You
distracted.
weirdos.
I got
But-
balls of steel.
You know, I've heard a lot of, dude. Ever since this movie came out, I've wanted to like hold Scorsese from all the flack and all the hate he's been getting from this movie. I'm like, Grandpa Scorsese,
You're safe here.
Grandpa, it's okay.
Grandpa,
It's okay.
Little kiss on the cheek.
kissy, Grandpa, kissy. But like,
Gramps.
it's a gangster film, but I think people are missing
I didn't
on that.
I didn't see it as a gangster film.
Right,
Not
right.
really, no.
That's
Like-
the thing. It's not really a gangster film. I think people are misinterpreting it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just a reflection of Ed Sheeran. Fuck that guy. Of
Oh God.
Frank Sheeran, his life
cut
and
a
what
cord
he
there.
went, like his choices and what that did to his family and what that eventually builds up to towards the end of the film, and just witnessing by the end his choices in his life and his own mortality and just what he's gone through. It's phenomenal. And even though it's so long, there's so much information that's strewn throughout. There's so many characters, so many little plot details that it never is boring. It's just a masterpiece. It's, I think, one of Scorsese's best for sure.
Absolutely.
And the end scene is just like, give me a break.
Give me a
like
fucking
it just does not get any better than that. It's like as good as the ending of Godfather. Like it's like when it comes to
Well, that's impossible.
Hey, when it comes to doors. I
haven't seen any
it doesn't
of the
matter.
Godfathers.
There's doors.
I
at the end
want
of
Me
it.
neither.
I want to
neither,
watch
yeah.
them so bad.
Me too,
but,
me too.
like,
Okay.
You're
Let's
not
just say
alone.
both movies end with a door, and it made me just like after the movie. I've been thinking about this movie ever since. And it's
It's-
just
Yeah.
like
It's particularly like heartbreaking too because
is.
salient. Yes.
you can see.
I wanted to hug De Niro.
Yeah, me too. Like it was, and like I said, without spoiling
it's hard not
anything,
to spoil
it's-
this one.
Yeah.
There's, he has a falling out with his daughter, which
Yes.
I don't think is too much of a spoiler because his fucking jobs that he's doing is obviously
Right.
Sure.
you know, and he, as his life is coming to an end, he tries to rekindle that.
Oh, man, that
and it's
scene. Yeah.
fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is so sad.
And
And it's you're just like, God damn it. Like if Robert De Niro was my grandpa,
Yeah.
or just imagine, because he's got kids.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got grandkids.
He does have.
You know what I
grandkids.
mean? Like just imagine watching your grandpa perform in this. That would
Right.
fucking break my heart.
see, and
Oh my God.
I just
Oh
think
my God.
watching Scorsese and all these old actors perform this kind of film,
Mm-hmm.
I just think it must be so hard to
Yeah.
do something like this because it's just staring yourself in the face essentially.
Yeah.
What's the word? Is it cathartic?
Not that they've,
Is
it's
that the
very
word I'm
cathartic. Not
thinking
that
of?
they've, were mobsters and had killed people.
Yeah.
But it's just like facing yourself and just looking back at what you did
Absolutely.
and being there alone at the end and just being like, okay, well, that's it. That's what it is.
You know,
Phenomenal.
I think that runtime is completely justified because, like what Ryan Johnson did with a whodunit thriller, you don't see this kind of Hollywood epic
Not at
much anymore.
I'm
And
so,
so-
yeah.
People are scared by a 3-hour runtime.
They really are,
too.
and they really shouldn't. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
This is like.
I mean, I won't. Don't get me wrong. It scares me. I'm like, this freaks me
Okay.
out. But I'll watch it still.
Sure. Okay. I'll take that back for you.
Okay. No more fuck me.
No more.
No more fuck me.
No more. No, this is you need that 3 hours to get really wrapped up, and like the scale of this storyline, how it spans decades and
Right.
generations. You need that to emphasize
Absolutely.
what the characters go through. So when you or as you're watching the movie, you're seeing Frank do all his gangster stuff, all his activity, and then he comes home and you see the result of all that. You feel that like not immediately, but on a like deeper level.
And the relationship he forms with oh God, what's his name? Who does he play?
Pacino.
Al Pacino. What's his character?
Jimmy
name?
Hoffa.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Hoffa.
Hoffa.
The relationship that they build.
Yes.
It's just like
Yeah.
Right from the start.
yeah.
Right from the start.
And the there's again not really a spoiler, but that Frank's kid likes Hoffa better than
Yeah.
Dude, those
oh man,
was
That-
tough.
that was
poor
tough.
poor.
That was tough.
the Christmas scene when they're
Say
opening
thank you.
presents.
Oh yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
No, it's just okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She already
She
said
already
that.
said
you
it. She already said
once.
it.
Dude, it's just like
Damn, dude.
kill me now. It's so good.
It's very
It
good.
is quite heartbreaking.
I feel I'm gonna move. Okay, so I'm gonna add that one to my honorable mentions. I'm gonna take out. I'm gonna add it to my honorable mentions
that's
because
all
I
good.
feel bad not even mentioning it. It's just
Okay.
it's
That's
really
alright.
that fucking good.
It is.
It's really
Yeah.
that
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about it every day. So that's my number 2, baby.
Okay, my number 2. The only 2 movies that I've been shitting on all of you guys about have not been mentioned yet.
Oh, yeah.
So number
Shitting
2
number
is
twos?
Midsummer.
Oh.
Nice.
Midsummer, particularly the director's cut.
Yep.
Is such the 20 minutes of extra footage they added, absolutely necessary.
Agreed.
It is so incredible. I was standoffish about it at first because I'm not a big horror person. I'm more of a suspense guy, but I wouldn't even consider Midsummer a horror movie anymore. There's horrific imagery, there's horrific things that happen, but I wouldn't consider it a horror film.
It's a romance film.
I wouldn't go that far. It's not a romance film. It's a
Of course not. Hell
it's
no.
it is a thriller. I could give it thriller, but horror I think would be pushing a little much. But there's just like you said with the Irishman, you think about it every day. I think about Midsummer probably every day since I've seen it with you. I saw it with you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
The director's cut is so important, and the fact that, like I said, people are so scared of a 3-hour runtime that they don't want to go see it. Especially, it is kind of art housey film. Like, I understand not wanting to do that, but releasing it again on a second release, like at some point, I thought was perfect because you're getting the initial people on the first release that wanted to see the movie to begin with, and then you get the people that are like, oh, I'm willing to sit through 3 hours to see a director's actual vision. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that really enhanced the film. It made Danny and Christian's relationship more solidified, and the choices that they make in the film there's one scene in particular that
Say that word.
like this movie came out a long time ago, so I'm not really early. I'm not going to worry about
Summer
spoilers.
movie, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. They cut the scene from the original release that they're planning on sacrificing this little boy.
Oh, right.
And he's changed. Like, first of all, it's fucking hilarious. The scene is hilarious.
Wow.
It's so over the top, and they're not phased by it at all. And all 4 of us, because Gabe was there too, we were all fucking laughing our asses off during the scene. And then
Is this the river?
Yeah, the river one.
Right.
Where they're like the kid's dressed up as like a Christmas tree or some shit.
What?
Like he's dressed up as something.
hell?
He's got chains, and like they tie a rock to him, and they're just gonna put him they're gonna toss him in this lake.
That's right.
And Danny's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" First off, she just saw someone's like 2 people kill themselves.
Right.
Oh yeah, they fell off that rock. Or whatever.
They fall off the rock. The one guy just fucks his legs up, and they're like,
Jumps
"Oh,
That's
straight
right.
down.
yeah, little dummy. He doesn't even hit the rock." But yeah, and then so after that, Danny and Christian get into a fight, and pretty much there's in the original release they're fine one scene, the next scene they kind of Danny has kind of this attitude towards Christian. You're like, what the fuck, like where's that come from? But you see the scene that was supposed to be in there and you're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Christian is a piece of shit.
Yep.
But wasn't he a piece of shit to begin with?
Yes, he was. Everything that happens to him in this movie,
Justified.
I was super satisfied. I was like, I kind of thought that she was going to not like there's like a sacrificial scene at the end where she got to choose. I did not think that she was going to choose him, and she absolutely did. And I was like, you know what?
Oh wait, is this the director's cut she chooses?
No, she chooses in both cuts.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. So it's like the ending.
I didn't remember it as
She doesn't go like, I choose him.
Yeah.
It's more just like
it's just implied that she
Right.
So
chooses.
it's obvious with the cuts. And
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
They cut it.
Okay, yeah. Just
He gets put inside the bear.
The way I
Remember?
remember it, they drugged him. They put him into a bear, and then they just lit him up.
see that's what they drugged her as well, right?
Well, no,
Did
she was
they-
taking the drugs.
That's
She
why I don't
be-
feel like her choice was like.
she wanted the.
Well, no,
drugs.
she was off. She was off the drugs at that point.
Was she?
Yeah,
she
I think
was.
so because they
The
usually.
screen stops warping.
Yeah,
by
they
then.
usually have warping by the end because
she was dancing for the majority.
she was
of her
dancing
trip.
for the majority of her trip, and then she comes off of her trip after she had planted all the fucking bones and shit off away from the colony, and then she comes back and sees Christian having sex with
Oh yeah.
That's
the
right.
sister, and then she loses her fucking.
And then the
That,
other girls lose
that
their mind.
that scene where they're feeling her pain is one of the craziest
love
scenes
it.
I've ever seen.
That was
like a
crazy.
crazy scene of the year.
Yeah.
and it's incredible because
Yeah.
you're realizing that this group of people, they're not bad people.
They
They're
care.
different and they care.
Right.
The reason that they're doing this is because her being the maid queen.
Yeah.
The
Queen.
her being the maid queen, they want to. She's like royalty at this point
Exactly.
for the rest of the.
covered in flowers.
You know, and so when she's feeling pain, they want to feel this pain too. So they're empathizing and so sharing the pain, so it's not as bad for her. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's so
It is
good.
so good, and it's just. It takes my number 2 spot only because the movie that's on my number 1 blew my fucking mind, and more than Midsommar did.
Sure.
And
Midsummer was the number one.
Midsommar was number 3. I switched it with
3?
Joker.
Okay.
It never was number 1. It was number 1 until I
Saw the next.
kind of. It's bounced around. It's number 1. I think it was number 1, like not officially, but it's just
kinda like, here for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, I think I need to speak with Ari Aster's casting agent for my first horror movie. I need to get that actress that can just scream and be terrified on command. 'cause
She's great.
She's great.
Absolutely.
Tony and Florence.
What's your number 1?
And now
What's
it's
your number 1, baby?
Here we go.
Are we all ready for it?
All right, what's
Do
number
it,
1?
do it.
How long has this been?
2
hours.
Hey, that's podcast time, baby.
Get ready for it.
My number 1 is no surprise if you know me. It's The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing I don't like about this movie.
Nice.
And for obvious reasons, this is going to be taking my best cinematography.
Yep.
Of course.
I literally can't think of another movie that I like more visually than this one.
I'm gonna
I've tried.
watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna get it on Amazon.
Do
and
Tell
it
me
tonight.
what
Do
you
I
think.
will.
And this is also going to take my best performance because of Willem
Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's safe.
Specifically the scene with the shovel.
Hark.
I'm so excited to see
Bad
this
luck to
fucking
kill a
movie
reason.
now.
Bad luck to kill a goal.
Some of the lines in the movie are... Oh, the dialogue is incredible. The structure is nuts. It's super out there and weird, which I love. It's black and white. It's gorgeous. The visuals alone. Like, it's... I couldn't handle it. I could not handle
Did
it.
you cry during this one?
Almost. I teared up at one point.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is... It was the ending. There's an ending bit.
What would you rate the farts?
Dude, the farts, I could not stop laughing after the very first one. For 30 minutes, my neck is straining. I'm like, don't laugh. It's not that funny. It's not that funny.
Man, I gotta see this.
And then
now,
the
man.
insults start coming out. And I'm like,
Oh,
these
yeah.
are the funniest insults I've heard in years. This is like Xbox Live roasting.
Oh, damn.
Those foreskin.
And and they're so long. And they go on in these one takes. And
You're gonna have a ball.
Nailed it.
I'm
Chace.
excited.
You'll
I'm
have a
excited.
ball.
Gonna love it, man.
And this also almost took best score because it is insane.
Brooding.
It's so. I've listened. This is the. Out of all the movies I've seen, The Lighthouse is the only movie where I've listened to the score on its own repeatedly.
Yeah,
I've been like,
nice.
this is so good.
Okie dokie.
And yeah, I really like The Witch. I like The White House. The White House. I like The Lighthouse. Probably infinitely more than The Witch at this point.
I
And
haven't seen The Witch either.
The Witch is good.
Is it good?
But this
Which
is I can understand
is
people
good.
more.
Which is
guys.
good.
Tell me
And
which is
The
good.
Lighthouse is like, without question, my number one. No competition.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's my number one 2019.
All right, Nick McCann, you're up.
Nick
McCann's number one
Nick with
of
the
the
big
year
mix.
is
Star Wars.
no.
Oh.
It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, up
yeah.
there.
See,
I put it up there.
I did. Here's why.
Skywalker.
Let's go.
Here's why.
Doesn't like Star Wars.
So I was really excited for this movie when it was coming out. And when it finally came time to see it, I went in thinking, okay, it's not going to be Tarantino's best, but I'm going to love the hell out of it. I saw this 3 times in the theaters, and I wanted to see it a 4th time. And each time, I could not, I just wanted more. It was a drug. I needed more of it. It was so freaking entertaining, so funny, so heartfelt at times. I think you remember this. One of the times I got out of the screenings, I sent you a text. I was just like, "You're a good friend, Ryan."
Yeah,
it got me. It got me thinking, dude.
Got you feeling
Got me feeling.
something.
DiCaprio and Pitt, a great duo. You really feel the friendship between them. They're looking out for each other. It's so heartwarming. The 60s period setting is so well realized. I want to live there really badly. Camera work is 100%. Editing is 100%. Sound effects even 100%. Storyline, I dig it a whole lot. Watching Rick Dalton get his talent back after a rough spot.
I'm Rick fucking Dalton.
It's golden. I love it. And Cliff Booth is one of the most badass characters I've seen in a long
He's
ass
dope.
time.
He's dope.
The goat.
He
dope.
beat the shit out of Bruce Lee.
Dude, what he did to that one
Any
girl
scene-
at the end.
Any
grief.
scene with Cliff is amazing, but that finale,
It's
classic
so fucking crazy.
Tarantino. I was all about it.
It was awesome.
The funniest I've ever seen Brad Pitt, and some of the
absolutely.
and some
Yeah.
of the best violence I've seen from Tarantino.
Grizzly.
I know that
Grizzly,
there's-
amazing, fucked up, wholly entertaining.
my favorite line in this whole movie was it's after the people come to his house and he goes, "Oh, you're one of the guys from the ranch."
Yeah.
And he goes, "What was your name again?" He goes, "Oh,
I'm the
I'm the devil." And he goes, and it's like a pause, and he goes,
Yeah.
"No, it was dumber than that." Like,
Shoot him, Tex. Yeah, that's right, Tex. No, what did it for me? He's got him at gunpoint.
no, it was dumber than that.
What did it for me, I think more than that, was he's got him at gunpoint, Tex, and Brad's
Dude.
like, "Can I help you? Are you real? I'm as real as a donut, you fucker." Stuff like that.
Fucker.
And then he just starts maniacally laughing,
Yeah.
just high off acid.
and DiCaprio's reaction when
Oh God, the flamethrower.
bitch is on fire,
Yeah,
and
that's
when
something
and he's just like his because he's tripping balls still too, and so
Yeah.
oh my God,
He just casually goes into the set. He's just
Comes
like,
right out.
that was an amazing scene. There's a I don't know who said it, but there's a screenwriter that wrote, if you show a shotgun within the first
Yep.
like
Chekhov's gun.
yeah, it's like if you show a gun within the first 15 minutes of a film, it needs to be used by the end.
That
They did that with the
why I was
flamethrower.
amped about
They
that.
did that with the
Flamethrower.
flamethrower. I saw the flamethrower in it. I'm like,
The
oh, I
second-
know exactly.
You're lingering on this shot.
exactly.
When he went to the shed during that whole fiasco, I was getting so psyched up.
man.
You have no idea. And then he came out, and I was dead. I was straight dead. And-
I want to give it another shot. I want to watch it.
It's
I
not.
need to
It's
watch it
it's
again,
very
too.
unconventional for Tarantino. It's
Absolutely.
not. It's not driven by crime. There's not blood and fucks every second.
Fucks.
It's something. It
no,
is.
that's a Scorsese movie.
It is. It is something more heartfelt because it's Tarantino's love letter to the '60s. It's the idealized history that we all would have wanted. Sharon Tate lives. The Manson family gets fucked up. And it's a comeback story for Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth finding his place as a stunt guy in his fading years. And I really dig that. After all these great years of Tarantino violence and plot and all this shenanigans, this was really This is really refreshing in hindsight to really take in and digest with multiple watches. And I'm so glad I saw it 3 times. It's in an exclusive club with me. 3 watches. I wanted to go for 4, but it just didn't happen. I love this movie a whole lot, and I just want to watch it now, thinking about it.
I can't wait to give it another watch.
I'm gonna steal the movie. I'm just gonna steal the movie right now.
No, I need to watch it.
I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I just love the scene where they're watching Bounty Law together.
Yeah,
And it's just the
mock-
commentary.
And yeah, it's like a mystery science theater type shit.
Oh, it's
The
so-
FBI
it's-
scene was totally fantastic.
where they're sitting on their
They're sitting on
couch
their
just
couch and
watching.
watching it.
I was like,
Super
just
funny.
bros being dudes.
Dead number
Bros
2.
Guys being dudes.
It's so casual.
Yeah.
All the mock TV shows and movies in that movie, I want to see full versions of.
I loved the.
I want a full season of Bounty Law. I want 14 Fists of McCluskey on my shelf.
Do you want Rick Dalton in Great Escape though?
Debatable, but
Debatable?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't
a new
mind
cut.
it.
What was because it was Steve McQueen, right? Was that?
Yeah,
was that, and
that's
that,
the joke,
There was like
yeah,
there was like a beef between them or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Steve McQueen.
He's a cool ass dude.
Operazione Dynamite. I need that movie too.
All right,
Well,
Vicky Vic,
What are we gonna do?
Icky
All
Vicky.
the
Here we
number
go.
1.
3, 2, 1. Suicide Squad.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad.
I don't
It's
know.
a running joke.
Does that-
Sorry, it's a joke.
You're
We've
not-
done
you're
this for
not
the past 3 years.
We
where
trashed
number
that
1 is
movie.
Suicide Squad.
Jared Leto. Give him an Oscar
Ja-
already.
so-
Where's it at?
Yeah, Jared Leto's great performance. by
He already has an
Leto.
Oscar.
Does he though?
Well,
Yeah,
He's-
he did.
For,
Oh, yes,
for
he
the
does.
Joker.
Give
he,
him
didn't
another
really,
one.
he didn't really get recognized for
Oh,
this role.
yeah, it was for the Joker. Yeah, it's for the Joker.
All right, my number 1 is Amazing Grace, the
Whoa.
Aretha Franklin
Yep.
documentary.
Wow.
You
really?
loved that one.
Really?
I can't
Was it
believe I
good?
didn't see that coming. now
I
you
didn't
say
see
it.
that coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
surprised.
I was in tears nearly the entire film. It was an unfinished film from the 70s when she was recording her Amazing Grace record. I think Cindy, what's his name? Cindy?
Lumet?
No, not Lumet. I'm gonna bring it up in just a second. But he was working on it, but then he passed away, and it got set into limbo. But it just showcases the power of music and the not only the mental and emotional power, but also like the physical, and especially when it came to Sidney Pollack.
Sidney
That's
Pollack.
right.
He's a great director.
When it comes to like the gospel music and the spirituality with that kind of music, and just seeing how it affects everyone in the church, and her singing, her performance is just phenomenal. And that's what the movie is. It's just a concert film, essentially, just a long concert film. But I don't know, man. It's so simple, but it touched me, and like it hit me so hard.
It did.
Those are the best ones, though. Those best
Yeah,
ones are
exactly,
like
yeah.
the sneaky ones. They're like, okay, I'll watch this, and you're like,
Right.
wow.
I didn't expect to
Wow.
be like blown away.
That's
and-
kind of how I felt with Midsummer, honestly.
Sure.
It was like, you know.
And it's very simple, but I don't know if you're into music and into maybe older gospel or just music in general. I think it's definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Sidney Pollack, he does a lot of narrative features.
Yep.
Did this start off as a narrative feature?
Nope.
No,
it was
didn't.
simply just a
was always
concert
a-
film.
Oh, wow.
okay.
Yeah.
Just a concert film.
Yeah, just recording this
Wow.
performance.
And then it was like, all right, let's. Did he decide to go about it and make a documentary, or?
So
or-
I think if I remember right, the actual Amazing Grace record is this film.
Okay.
This recording, this live recording. It's a live record. So I don't know the specifics behind what the intentions were
That's tight.
going in, but yeah,
That's super cool.
it's
Neat, dude. Neat.
Nice.
amazing.
Amazing
the
Grace.
last
Amazing
one.
All right,
Here we go.
guys.
Let's go on.
Last
Chase,
What's
one.
going on?
I'll give $1 to
Kleenex
any.
and
I'll,
lotion.
I'll give $1 to anyone who guesses it correctly, and I think you all are going to guess
Yeah,
it correctly.
We all got it.
My favorite movie of 2019
RoboCop.
technically was released. Technically, I saw it 2020, but 1917.
There
Nice,
you go.
nice.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
As a cameraman, you say that?
As a cameraman, here's my thing is as I liked it more. Like I said, Roger Deakins, he's never not incredible.
No.
Like his visuals are always great. And my thing is, I usually don't like the one take type films. Like I liked Birdman just because the everything that was going on was entertaining. I did not like Revenant. I could not grasp Revenant. I was confused on why. Like I was like, okay,
that wasn't so much one take.
But it was the same director as Birdman, and he went about it. And I mean, it's not all one take.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obvious
Was
cuts
the
in it.
cinematographer that Lubeski or whatever?
Emmanuel Lubezki.
Okay. That's
But
what I thought.
so what I loved about 1917 is that it's this one take actually works for me this time, because usually I'm like, I've got really bad ADHD, so I need cuts. I need the scene to change, or else I'm like, I'm fucking bored. Like I was bored as shit during Revenant. I only watched it because I knew Leo was going to win an Oscar that year. Like, and he got like a 3-minute standing ovation at the Oscars, and then after that he's like, fuck it, I'm out for 2 years. Y'all like hit me up later. Well, but my thing is, I don't think it was deserved for Leo for that performance. I don't think that was his. I don't think that was his Oscar worthy. Like,
I think so.
Have you seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No.
That is Oscar worthy type material. There's that. There's Aviator. Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Jesus.
I think Revenant's more of like a physical performance. I think that here nails it.
Which absolutely.
And acting is not all in dialogue and deliveries.
No, but
Right.
I only saw Revenant once. I own Birdman, so I've seen it a couple times. Birdman's fun. I have a love-hate relationship with oh god, what's his fucking name? Edward Norton. I have a love-hate relationship with him because I know he's a fucking asshole to deal with on set.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off as someone who wants to make movies on set. So I'm like, if you're just going to be a prick actor, then fuck off. Go do your own thing. We'll find someone else to do it. Yeah. You know, I don't like to put up with that shit. But Birdman was great. It's 1917 was more about I think Victor, you were saying it earlier that it wasn't about the action and it wasn't about the intensity of the movie. It was where it really shines is when you're sitting with these characters after a moment like that.
Absolutely.
Where they're trying to calm themselves down.
Yeah.
Like I was saying the bunker scene. This movie's still fresh, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But there's a scene in the bunker and some crazy shit goes down, and once they get out, there's this initial moment of I'm panicking, and then it's like telling jokes and stories.
Right.
And it's a long. Like obviously it's a one take. It's or it's edited that way. But I think this was one of those shots that was a one take.
Yeah.
And then they get so much stuff happens in the span of this under 2 hour movie. It's hour 58, but like it's under 2 hours. It's not, and it could have been longer.
Yeah.
And I still would have loved it.
Yeah.
Like Roger Deakins has this eye that no one else can see. And that's why every movie he makes stands out, or not makes, every movie he's worked on stands out so vividly for me, at least, is that you're like, this guy, you can watch a movie, not know anything about it, but you're like, oh shit, this is a Deakins movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like there's like, you look at like his work with Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
With Prisoners, and I think Denis Villeneuve did Enemy
Sicario.
and
Blade Runner
Sicario,
2049.
Blade Runner 2049. Like you can look at those. All of those movies were shot by Deakins.
Yeah.
And you can look and you're like, this is a Deakins movie. Skyfall, same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No Country for Old Men.
Exactly.
Fargo.
You look at those and you're like, that is a Deakins movie. And I mean, Sam Mendes is great. I
Solid, yeah.
I only saw Skyfall of his. I didn't see. I think because he did Jarhead as well, right?
Yeah. American
So-
Beauty is his big claim. to
American.
fame.
Okay, gotcha. But this movie stood out to me more as a Roger Deakins film.
Oh, sure.
And that could be the cinematographer brain of mine thinking, but
That's fair.
but this was so incredible that I have a hard time putting into words about just how good it was. The acting is fantastic. The you watch behind the scenes of this movie and you're like, oh, I saw comments there. People are like, this is so CG, obviously. And you're watching behind the scenes. They're actually blowing up a field.
Yeah, thousands
these
of
explosions
soldiers running behind
These
screen.
are actors. These are all these explosions. The bunkers that they built. These are real bunkers. That's not CG.
Yeah.
And even if it was CG, like if it looks good, it looks good.
Yeah,
like get
exactly.
the
Why does it
fuck
matter?
over
It
it.
doesn't matter.
You know how expensive it is to blow up a field.
Yeah.
You know how inexpensive it is to add fucking explosion elements behind like some rotoed actors?
Yeah.
It's cheap as hell. So it's like, shut the fuck up about all these these practical effects. That being said, the practical effects in this movie are fucking incredible. That being said, the visual effects in this movie are fucking incredible. There's a scene with a burning church. That entire church, the entire church is CG.
No kidding.
They didn't. The entire thing. The only what it is. It's like a square guard wrapped with 6 layers of like giant LED like flexible lights that are just are set to like a flame like program and they just add CG on top of it.
I love that scene, dude.
Well, and it's amazing when the other guy comes up to him too, and they
Just
have this,
him entering that
yeah.
ruined
yeah, exactly.
city.
And there's this in the scene after. There's a scene like during a calm down moment where he leaves this area and he's like, shit, it's morning, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, because he's trying to deliver this message to call off an attack that's gonna kill a bunch of people.
Yes.
And the scene is black. Like it is dark. The only thing that's lighting up the area is flares that come on every once in a while that light the scene for about 30 seconds, then fade away. And the only thing that you can see are the connections of gunshots and bullet hits that light up the scene, and not light up the whole scene, but light up just enough where you can see what the actor's doing.
It's an amazing atmosphere going on there.
It's so incredible, and the work on it is. I cannot praise this movie enough. The only other thing that I would want to see more of is, like I said, I just wanted it to be a little longer. But
That's fair.
I think that the movie is fucking perfect. Like it's probably, we were talking about decade, like favorite movies of the decade. This is up there. This is definitely top 5 for me.
Sure. Oh, I believe it. In terms of the length, yeah, maybe it could have been longer, but because I was enjoying it so much. But I also do appreciate the concise nature of it.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
people can get bored with it a one-take Seaman movie, and that concise nature, I think, helps a lot for a lot of different reasons. It's beneficial in the long run, I believe.
And this is also mindset of someone who's only seen it once.
Yes.
Right.
And it wasn't. There's like posters for it for IMAX and stuff, and I really wanted to see it on IMAX because I'm like, bigger movie, but it wasn't shot on IMAX cameras.
Huh.
So
Do you see it Dolby or do you see the standard?
see, I'm gonna go see it next time in Dolby.
Do it.
We saw
Or
it
either Dolby or RPX, whatever one. I mean, Dolby's better, but RPX. I mean,
Dolby's expensive.
I can't say that because I work for Regal, so RPX is way better than AMC. But yeah, it's I bet on a second viewing, my opinion will be amplified, and seeing it in more of a. I want to see it alone too. I saw it with my girlfriend's parents, which was great. Sure. We had a great time, but there's something about seeing a movie alone that you process it differently. Yeah. So I want to do that. And same thing, like I said, I'm going to try to go see Parasite tomorrow. Yeah. Lighthouse tonight. And then,
Do it.
Yeah.
I need to know what you think of that one.
I know. I'm really excited, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome, bro.
Okay, well.
Top 10 of 2019.
Yeah.
In the bag.
I don't know. Nick, do you want to do categories more or think about it? I'm like, this is already 2.5 hours left.
All right, I'll get them out of the way.
I mean,
I'll do some quick ones right quick here.
Just go through it.
Okay, give me a category.
No, just
cinematography.
Best cinematography, probably, I'd say a tie. 1917 and The Lighthouse.
Okay.
The Lighthouse for its vision, 4:3 Academy ratio
I
on
love it.
film grain, black and white.
I love it.
And 1917 for its staging and
Technical achievements
and logistics.
And also, like, you can't talk about it without also talking about editing.
Of course,
because
the cuts
editing,
are seamless.
Exactly, it's seamless. Like, there's a scene where they go between a person, Like they
Yeah.
go, the scene
Yeah.
changes between like someone passing in frame,
Yeah.
and it's so smooth that I like as someone who edits, you can usually
Yeah.
Always.
you can always point it out, right?
Yes.
The scene I watched it behind the scenes, and they're like, and Roger Deakins was like talking about. He said, "There's one scene in particular where we had to move one of our actors in front of the camera, and we actually put our cut there." And if you've never heard Roger Deakins talk, that's exactly
He
how he
is
sounds.
British.
Spot on.
He's really British, and he's really calm, and he has this really demeanor, and it's
His voice is like honey tea.
oh my god, I could listen to that dude talk about movies literally all day.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, I can't fucking stop thinking about this damn movie.
Gotcha. I got some things in my head now. Okay, so my favorite score of the year, probably Godzilla King of the Monsters, because it's an action film score where I can pick out a good majority of the tracks. They don't just get lost in the sound design like a lot of action movies do nowadays. And the integration of those classic themes, I never thought I would hear those in an American Godzilla film, and they
Me
were
neither.
beautiful. Beautiful. They had such impact and respect for the character they had on screen. I think favorite production design, probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino, he's like an ADHD when it comes to this time period. Like
It looked fantastic.
it looked fantastic. All the billboards, the movie posters, the cars, all the cars, man, so great. And the attention to detail and everywhere. Just like how they portray the promos for TV shows. That opening shot of the Bounty Law promo, that is straight out of the 60s. Just from a young 24-year-old like me who only watches reruns of Star Trek. Like that felt accurate to me. What's going on out there? Everyone's looking out the window behind me. It's freaking me out.
Just seeing if
Just checking if it's snowing.
Yeah, I was checking.
It's gonna be icy as a bitch.
Yes,
yeah.
is a bitch.
All right, continue.
Okay, my favorite performance of the year. Goodness
You
gracious
doing
me.
this too?
No.
No.
I'm gonna not.
All right.
I don't have anything
I'm
prepared.
gonna go ahead and do a not.
We'd be here for 2 more hours if I had to sit down and think about this.
I think my favorite performance, another tie, De Niro in The Irishman and Adam Driver in Marriage Story.
Yeah.
Adam Driver is one of the most committed actors I've ever seen in recent memory. No matter what film he's in, it could be crap, it could be amazing, he goes for it all the way. One argument scene with him and ScarJo just floored me. I could not believe what I was watching.
That's straight. I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that scene is actually, in my opinion, the weakest argument in the whole movie. Yeah. So
okay,
it's the one. It's the one that's being shared everywhere. Everyone's talking about
It's getting memed.
how crazy it is. But like, honestly, I thought that was the weakest. It was the weakest that they were in that movie.
That's fair.
There's the montages in the beginning, like made me cry.
Oh yeah.
I was in just. And that's a voice acting thing too. That's not a. I mean, they're not actually.
Sure,
There's no shots of that. But
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a film that is better in its subtlety, but
Yeah.
even when they go full bore, fire high caliber,
exactly.
It's incredible.
Well, the movie's it's called Marriage Story, but it's actually about divorce.
Yes.
And my parents are divorced. I don't know if any of you guys' parents are divorced or not, but watching this from a child of divorce point of view and watching the kid have to do these things that I had to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. It's weird. It's like we were saying, cathartic.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling, but it's and I think that's probably why it's more emotional for me, is because I'm like, damn, I've gone through this. I've seen my parents act like this. I've seen, stuff like this go down.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
divorce is messy, and it's especially when lawyers get involved, and it's very messy.
Chaos.
And, yeah.
So yeah, Driver is fantastic there. De Niro, he excels in subtlety. He can be his typical likable gangster self throughout the movie, but when it starts getting more introspective towards the latter half of the film, you really feel the impact of those quiet moments, and he's just sitting there. You feel like he's really reflecting through 80 years of his life, or maybe 60 years, give or take. And it's just powerful in hindsight. It really gets you just thinking about it after the movie's over. And Doors definitely. Just God, good Lord.
Doors.
Best performance 2019, The Door.
The door.
Door. I'll have to watch the ending of the movie because I don't remember.
Oh, it's
I
just a
don't
very
remember the
subtle
door.
thing. It
very
just kind of connects to a earlier point in the film with him and Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh! Is it
And,
when the doctor's leaving? He's like, "Can you leave the door open?"
Yeah.
I don't like the door closed.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. No spoiler. I don't think that's a spoiler or anything. It's a
We've been
doctor.
spoiling all.
Yeah.
You should've seen the movie already.
Yeah, you should have seen the movie. It's been on Netflix and it's free. Everyone on them, and their mom has Netflix. Everyone has a Roku TV, so
Yes,
I don't want to hear it.
Favorite actress performance? Probably Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. ScarJo is so easy to say. It just rolls off the tongue. There was
I wish.
ScarJo.
Yep.
ScarJo.
I wish you rolled.
That's what I'm saying. I wish she rolled off my tongue. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
There was not a frame where she didn't have red eyes and water coming out of her sockets.
Oh. Oh my God. I'm so glad you finished that damn sentence. There's never a time in the movie where she has red eyes and there's not water, and there's never where she
I'm
doesn't have red eyes and there's water
sorry.
coming out of her eyes.
Let me.
Whatever sockets.
I'm kicked off the show now, aren't I?
You're banned.
You've been replaced.
Fuck.
Well,
Let me
hi.
rephrase
I'll be
that.
here all week.
Simpler and cleaner. There is not a frame where she isn't crying in this film.
There you go.
It's
That's all women do, right? Is that what you're implying?
no.
What do you call all women crybabies?
No, again, in terms of the subtlety I was getting to earlier, she embodies that subtlety the most magnificently.
Yeah, she does a great job.
Because externally, you can see she's feeling pain, but inside you can feel it on the inside too. Just one look at her, you can just tell this is not how she wants things to go. It's not. It is not her day.
Well, what about? And I was noticing a trend earlier today that there's two actors that were in two of the Best Picture noms this year. Mm-hmm. Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story and Jojo Rabbit, which Jojo Rabbit absolutely surprised the shit out of me that it's in Best Picture. Have any of you guys
I want to
seen
see.
it?
I've
I
known so
want
many
to see it.
mixed
I didn't-
things on it.
It's really good.
like
it?
I liked it a lot. Taika Waititi is
I love
fucking
him.
hilarious,
I love
and
him.
his Hitler is so funny.
Hitler's hilarious.
Yeah, no matter what.
Like no matter what,
always.
He's always been funny.
always, it's fact.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's a fact. That's why he was funny.
I was
Hitler.
I was gonna ask,
really well.
but and Robert De Niro also was in Joker, and he's also in
Joker and Irishman.
But I was gonna ask you if you thought her performance in Marriage Story was better than Jojo Rabbit.
Well,
but
I
if you
didn't
haven't
see
seen Jojo
Jojo
Rabbit,
Rabbit,
then yeah,
no.
because she's nominated for Jojo Rabbit. I'm pretty sure.
Sure. When I see Jojo Rabbit, time will tell.
Yeah.
If I will.
I think I could be wrong. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
she could be. It very well could
Yeah.
be nominated for both of them. It's just
who's right behind her is Laura Dern in Marriage Story. I have never wanted to punch a movie character so hard in
yeah,
my
she
life.
sucked. Well,
She's-
also
She sucked.
Ray,
It was Marriage
Ray
Story.
Liotta.
Marriage Story.
Ray Liotta's character also fucking sucked in this
but
movie.
you kind of expect that.
It's Ray
from
Liotta,
them.
but no,
Ray
at the same
Liotta.
time, I'm like, God, this character
No,
fucking sucks.
Laura Dern, like women know how to like get inside your head. It seems
Yeah.
like, and just she was like she embodied that too.
She was great.
She was
She was
very
absolutely
manipulative, and it was it was just terrible.
She's a good ass lawyer, is what
She's a
she was.
good-ass
She's
lawyer.
a fantastic, strong woman who is
So
brilliant
Nick's
at her
favorite
job.
female performance of the year is Laura Dern.
Who's,
All right.
who's
no.
Do you have
it's
any more?
ScarJo. It's
Are you done?
ScarJo.
Do you have any
ScarJo.
more
Scarjo, are you
cats?
done?
I got some more.
How many?
Not much.
Let's get through them. Small descriptions.
small
Right.
description? I'll stop interrupting.
All right. If you rush me, I'm gonna make a mistake, and it's gonna be on record forever.
That's fine.
Best
I'm
editing.
gonna put the mic down.
Maybe 1917, because the cuts are pretty. Are
1917. You're like, I'm gonna pick this back up.
are
What the fuck did you say about 1917?
Editing. Best editing. Favorite editing. The cuts were seamless, more seamless than any one take film I've seen over the last few years, and it was great. Did I forget anything?
Nope.
I hope I didn't forget anything. You just want me to shut up, don't you?
No, we just we got.
snowing. Gotta go.
I got work in the morning.
All right, fine. That's enough. That's enough.
That's
out of
good.
me.
All right,
That's
I'll make
enough
this
on me.
quick, everyone. Do you want to remind the people?
Do you want me to?
Can you make it quick? I'm sure you can.
Boom.
Do you remember?
Lightning round.
Mine?
Just because you like
Favorite sound design.
You snuck it through.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted me to read yours. I was like, do you
No.
want me to do that?
I got another one. Wait, I got another one.
Just because you snuck yours in, I would like to hear it again.
All
I
right.
thought you were asking me if I wanted.
I
want
want to sneak something in.
I thought he
I was asking
me
both
if
of you
wanted me to
guys.
read
I
his.
want to sneak something in here.
We should
I
both
remembered
read it.
something.
Like, all right, this one is.
Okay, one more thing. Best sound design, 1917 war movie, very immersive. I felt there, boots on the ground,
Cool. Felt there, like Dunkirk.
like Dunkirk.
All right, so mine were John Wick Parabellum gave best locations because I was just like crazy. Parasite got best wardrobe because whoa, and best sound mixing because some of it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Climax took. Oh, I almost forgot. It took. This isn't technically a thing, but I had to add it. Most innovative camera work. Absolutely.
That's like
Camera's
that's like
upside down, dude.
1917 though.
That's like
I don't know. It's right.
there is
side
there
up,
is some
right?
crazy
That's a
shit that
cherry-
happens.
that's a
It is
cherry on
okay. There's one scene where they go upside down.
Okay.
Okay,
There's a lot of this movie that's upside down.
I'm gonna put the mic back
The
down.
climax, very innovative camera and best editing.
Cool.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is best writing. The Irishman, best direction, best lighting. Joker took best score, barely, and The Lighthouse took best cinematography and best performance.
I will say I think
William Dafoe.
I will say Irishman best director and Hollywood.
Yeah,
best
change
writer.
yours. Change it.
Okay.
No, we sync up. We sync up. We sync up. Sync up.
We do.
Change it, you bitch.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna make it quick. Best director, Scorsese.
Yes.
Love the
Duh.
guy. Actor,
Grandpa.
Sandler, Howard. Love him. He's amazing. August Deal. I don't know how to say his last name, but he was the main actor in A Hidden Life. Malik
Oh.
blew me away, buddy. It's
Good
good.
choice.
Oh yeah. Actress Lupita. What the? Or was
Lupita
it?
Nyong'o.
Yeah, yeah.
Nyong'o.
I
Us.
had to add her recently because I totally forgot about the movie. She's insane. You don't even recognize her. You're
talking about
unreal.
Us, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, and Us. Florence Pugh in Midsummer. Cinematography, The Lighthouse, and The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Both for their own reasons, both totally unique, and it's made me want to come.
I'm gonna come.
Score. Got to give it to Uncut Gems and Under the Silver Lake. Both for their own reasons. Both are very different, but they offer something very authentic. And while Under the Silver Lake isn't totally original, they capture a very authentic and noir tone that just fits so perfectly into the world. Production design, Lighthouse, Once Upon a Time, duh. Screenplay, Irishman, and visual effects, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, there you go.
hey.
But even though it wasn't like
Get some
perfect,
love
it's just
for it.
like, damn.
I loved
No,
it.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
a great
So
time.
much fun.
It's just like
so fun.
photorealistic Pokemon.
It's just what I want. It's just what I want.
Well, no, the thing is, it wasn't photorealistic, but it
was
fit.
still
It fit.
cartoony.
It was cartoony, but it fit.
Well, yeah,
Right.
like the designs weren't photorealistic, but
Yeah.
stuff like the fur, skin
Yeah,
texture,
no,
scaling,
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
how they blend in with the world.
You said do ensemble.
No, I thought we were doing custom categories.
Best ensemble is Avengers Endgame. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no fucking, there's
I
no
mean-
way. There's
Hold
like,
on, it's about to be. It's about to be refuted.
I picked Irishman and Once Upon a Time, but there is a few more films that I could throw in there, but that's just a waste of time. The Farewell.
Avengers,
What else? Little Women. There's so many good films. It's just
okay, I got
That's what it
Little,
is.
Little Women is pretty crazy. What
What
about? Have you guys seen The King at all?
no.
The movie The
I
King?
didn't really.
I'm a big fan. Like I said, I'm a Timothy Chalamet like fanboy, so I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
Do you
then
have
I
a
watched it,
Tumblr
and it was-
dedicated to him?
I don't have a Tumblr dedicated to him. It's not like a kink. It's not like I'm like, oh, I like this
Mine
guy.
is a king.
Just wait.
Oh, is it kink?
Oh.
It's a kink.
Okay. But no, it's the ensemble is actually pretty good in that one too. It's got Ben Mendelsohn.
And it's got Pattinson.
It's got Pattinson. It's
But
got
I
Joel
heard he's
Edgerton.
a little weird in it.
Pattinson has a horrible fucking
That's what I
accent.
heard.
He has this really weird French accent, and he goes, "How do you say kill you?" And he's just fucking weird, dude.
Ooh,
He's
no
trying.
way.
weird.
He's trying.
Well, I mean, he was all fucked up because he's like, all right, I got to do this, and I also got to make Lighthouse, which is like, do this, and I also got to start getting ready for Batman, and it's like, this dude. Also, I'm so fucking pumped for Robert Pattinson Batman.
I'm pumped now that I've seen more serious work from Pattinson.
Absolutely.
I
Everyone-
have faith in him now.
Everyone thinks that he's just Twilight, which
I
is
know.
wrong.
I know. How
Because
is
those
that
people
s-
haven't seen movies. They don't watch movies.
What is
How is
the
happening?
that-
Xbox
still-
came on again.
Yeah, Twilight came out like 10 fucking years ago.
Twilight.
Get over it. Twilight
Twilight
fucking
came out
sucked.
10 years ago.
Honestly,
Yeah.
New Moon and Eclipse weren't that bad. If we're being honest.
only saw
the first Twilight was pretty garbage.
Breaking Dawn Part 2 does not need to exist. It's so bad.
Okay.
Chace would say otherwise.
No, I thought it was better than the first one part.
Okay.
First, I mean, the action scene is
Yeah,
cool. It's
an
tough.
action scene doesn't
As an
amount
action
to
man,
much.
I thought you would like that. Oh, you're right.
man,
It doesn't
we
amount to anything.
It
Like,
does
literally.
not.
But it
counts
is.
for
But it
shit.
is badass.
But it is badass. It's
Right.
bitchin'.
I mean,
It's a bitchin' flick.
I think we can all agree the movies are so bad we don't need to continue talking about them, yeah?
Yeah,
There
I
you
think
go.
so.
There
No,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Ryan,
That's it.
it's
Let's
in the past.
wrap this
Right
shit up.
there.
Shh. And that has been our top films of 2019.
Woo.
Thanks for coming along, Chace.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Sorry I got you so damn sidetracked, Ryan. Sorry I got so damn sidetracked. You're gonna have
It's
Thanks.
what it is, in the words of Pesci. So that's it. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks for listening for 2 hours.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone.